Okay. Are we live? We are live. Excellent. Okay. So, welcome everyone to a new mod series that I am starting tonight. Tonight, we are going to be covering a mod known as Doki Doki Night Rain. This is a mod that has been on my personal hit list for quite some time now. Ever since I first heard about it from Doki Mods, which is where I picked up this mod. And you can find the link to it in the description. There we go, switching my sound over to my headphones. Good. It's a mod that had really good screenshots and an interesting sounding premise. So I wanted to check it out. I kind of paraphrased in the description a little synopsis of the mod for you. But for those of you that aren't into looking into descriptions, I will just read off the description provided on the Doki Mods release page. So here we go. In the year 2007, a boy returns to his quiet hometown. While expecting to reunite with some old friends, the boy is unknowingly dragged into a web of murders and conspiracy as a mysterious string of blackouts and other strange phenomena plague the streets after dark. Doki Doki Night Rain is half romance slash half love letter to classic works such as Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Stranger Things. Now, I don't know the former, I'm not really familiar with that, but I do know Stranger Things, and I know that I did enjoy season 1 of that show. So I am very curious to find out what we have in store for us tonight. And this mod advertises itself as being very long, according to the length descriptor on Doki Mods. So we'll find out for ourselves about how long this mod is. I'm actually going to research Close Encounters of the Third Kind real quick here. So I don't know if it's a movie or a show. Yep, first thing that pops up as soon as I start typing. Yeah, it looks like a movie. Looks like a movie. Yeah, it's a movie. Good to know. You might have also noticed, if you are a keen listener or a keen observer, that I did not say what exactly our role is in all of this. And that's because the release page doesn't seem to care to tell us about that either. So I have no idea what our role is in this story. Hey, Discord embeds actually got it right. You just have to wait like 20 fucking minutes for it to update because it is slow as dicks, dude. Oh, so infuriating. I will say, what was not infuriating though was seeing the Rangers sweep the Washington Capitals. Whew! Oh, that felt good. Looks yum yum. That's what I thought too when I saw the screenshots on Doki mods. I checked it out. I looked at the description, and I'm just like, ooh, yum yum yum. You know when this mod came out though, Koneko? Someone just gave me Nitro. That's awesome. And March 14th. Wait, that's not right. You'll have to let me know if you get the reference. But yeah, I've been super excited about playing this mod for quite a while now. And how fitting that I'm playing this mod tonight of all nights, because it's almost midnight where I live, and it's been raining all freaking day. So very fitting. Very fitting. You saw someone playing it on the DDMC? Ooh, more art stuff from Koneko. We'll check that out in a moment. Uh, at one user in the Emerald Affection server going at it with more crossover stuff. This time with Natsuki instead of Monica, like they've been doing lately. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Go check them out. Yep. Sent two images the stream hasn't seen yet, but yeah, I'll wait until I'll wait until I'm ready. You seem to be a bit dead this fine morning. I did just get off work not too long ago. And it's Sunday, so we're busy. We get busy on Sundays. Anywho. And like I said, it's almost midnight for me. I've been spending a good chunk of time after work kind of just waking up. Because towards the end of my shift, I was starting to feel pretty tired. There. Alright, now we'll check this out, and then we will get started here. So let's see what you have for us, Koneko. Oh, I see Nitro as a new offer thingy. I never look into those because I just don't care for it. Alright, let me refresh the game window. Options you can see. There we are. So there's the first one. I like the colors on this one. They look really nice. Also, that is a very exotic hairpiece. And then we have this one, which is just adorable. That is just adorable. Thank you for sharing. curious who these characters are. I have guesses, but there's a part 2 to that image. This one? You might have to share that with me later. Oh, never mind. There it is. Oh. So I see. Yeah, I see how it is. I see how it is. I see how it is. Also, it says your birthday is tomorrow. So, happy early birthday to you. That's just you. Well, you pull it off quite nicely. You got any big plans for your birthday tomorrow? The other one would give me banned. Well, I trust you to keep that to yourself then. Alright then. So, nope, just gonna beg people for free art. Oh. Oh, because it's your birthday? Fair enough, I suppose. Fair enough. Well, let's get into this here. Let's find out what we are even in store for here. Yeah, who doesn't? Night Rain is a fan mod, not affiliated with Team Salvado, designed to be played only for the official game. Contains spoilers for the official game, yada yada yada. Game files are required to play this. How would you even get here without them? Question mark. By playing. Yep. Also interesting. We got a little dialogue. We got a little bracket thing that appears when we hover over something. Weird. Let's Play mode has been enabled automatically. This allows you to skip content that contains sensitive information or apply alternative story options. This seems to be kind of a new, like, default thing in newer mod templates I've been noticing. This setting will be dependent on the modder. If they program these checks into their story, to turn off Let's Play mode, click settings and uncheck Let's Play mode. I think I am gonna disable that. This doesn't strike me as the type of mod that would have that kind of stuff. But yeah, whoa. That's a nice use of the particle effects, I have to say. That the title, like, logo always has. That was really nice. And I like the font that they went with here. Oh shit, look at that. I saw this in the mod files when I was putting the thumbnail together. I wondered what this would be used for. It ain't just for show, you know. That's not just a static image. No, they're making full use of it. Good shit, man. I like it. Obviously, I'm gonna put my text speed up. And you know what's funny? There isn't even a. Oh, these are just standard settings for the game. Also, we have rollback. Does that mean we have my favorite feature, scroll wheel? Question mark. We will find out soon. So here's the game specific option. So yeah, I don't know what the game was talking about with Let's Play mode, because I don't see no option for no Let's Play mode in here. Also, I'm gonna turn the music on the stream down. It doesn't sound too loud right now, so I'm gonna put it higher than I normally would. But I'm gonna keep an eye on it, see what it looks like. Because I had the volume set way higher for the previous stream that I was doing on Friday, because the volume on that emulator has 0 chill. If they change the particles when the logo shows up, yeah. J name order or dark mode. You have enabled dark mode. Certain sections of the game will feature a darker color palette. Game modes. J name order. In order, Japanese name order. Last name first. Monica Kawasaki becomes Kawasaki Monica. Well, it's enabled by default, so I'm inclined to leave it on. I don't have a particularly strong preference on that. So I think I'm going to leave that alone, and we'll just set our name when we start playing the game. So one last check before we dive into things proper here. A little disappointed they didn't do something more clever with this. It kind of stands out when your UI and everything else looks like this, and then there's just this. You know, it's like you could have taken the extra couple minutes or however long it takes to come up with something to replace the back sprite for the loading, the load game menu to help your mod stand out a little bit more or keep the theme consistent, because it's got a great theme and a great vibe going on here. So I would definitely do something about this. Anywho. Yep, this is just the standard help page, nothing clever here. And before we well and truly get started, there was one oddity that I noticed in the unpacked mod assets.rpa file that I used while making the thumbnail. So let me go pull that up. It's a text document, and it seems to be referencing something that I won't understand until I have gotten into this mod and start to understand the story. It's a text document that is 1 kilobyte large. It has only a couple of lines. I'm going to pull this up here because I think this is really interesting. So let me get this. Here it is. To Director, it's called. Security clearance Omega required. Signal from Okayama determined not to match that of Shutai 0261. Requesting clearance to move forward. Authorized by command. Koshien is happy to make the and then it just cuts off. And that's it. This is just sitting here in the mod assets document when you unpack the mod file. Excuse me, when you unpack the mod assets.rpa file. You know, like somebody like me would do when looking for stuff to use to make the thumbnail for their stream. So yeah, that is really interesting. And I'm hoping that I can maybe get some context to this as we go. But anyway, that's enough preamble. Let's get into things proper here. Please enter your name. We're gonna go with the classic standby. Just me. Oh. Just 3 more minutes. Who are you? Who are we speaking to? I was gonna say, yep, I did see that correctly. Yeah. Yes! Rollback side. Or as I like to call it, scroll wheel. Where I can use the scroll wheel on my mouse to rewind. I love this feature. I have been told several times that it's a development tool. It's something for like developer mode or something, but they just forgot to turn it off. And I am grateful for that because it is one of my favorite things to have while playing a mod. Anyway, it should just be a normal feature. Yes. Yes. Yes, it should. You know it's not going to go any faster just because you're looking at it. You could be referring to a lot of things when you say that, Mr. Man. But especially time. Like staring at a clock. All I hear is that you've got too much time on your hands. Hey, here's a suggestion. Why not get off your lazy ass and help out for once? You never give that mouth of yours a break, do you? I don't see the big deal. Minute late, 10, even an hour. Nobody gives a hoot. Yeah, sounds about right coming from you. I don't know who you are, but I see that cig or whatever that is in your hand, so that sounds about right for somebody like you. A grimace before turning and cleaning up the mess of clutter Jun left on his desk. He's a disgrace to the other guards on shift. Ooh. I don't know who we are. I don't know who we are yet, or if we've even been introduced yet, but are we a security guard in this mod? Is that who we are? Because, like I said, when I was talking about the release page and the description, we don't have much inkling as to who we are in this mod. Other than that, we're some boy coming back to his hometown to reunite with old friends. Like that's all we know. He's lazy, has a bad attitude, and he doesn't respect other people. Yeah, that's never a good thing. I bet he only got this job because his father is a politician or something. He probably doesn't want to fire his own son. Yeah, that sounds like the repair guy for the company that I work for. Holy shit, he is one of the most incompetent people I have ever heard about. Like, literally everybody I work with that has seen his work absolutely despises his existence. But because he's the owner's son, it's like, the fuck you gonna do about it? It's infuriating. So yeah, I get where this dude's coming from. You missed the spot. I glare at him, and he laughs before tossing a paper cup into the garbage can. I sit back down and wait, tapping my foot. The next crew is past due for check-in. What's taking them? Should have been here by now. Yeah, something's not right here. I'm calling it in. Don't bother. You don't want that kind of headache on your schedule. Feel free to head home, since I'm clearly the more responsible one here. I'll stay and watch the cams until our fair weather friends arrive. So he says, but I know it's a load of bullshit. That grumbly old man is just looking for an excuse to fall asleep. Yeah. Heard from somebody who did used to work as a security guard that I watch on YouTube here, that when you're a security guard, you are looking for anything to take up your time. Because that's basically what your whole job is. Killing time. His words, not mine. Those words belong to my man Ross Scott, who is leading the Stop Killing Games campaign. Well, get going. Look at that face. God damn, man. Look at that face. I'm worried the next shift won't show, but well, I'm feeling pretty tired. Man, that was me at work. Fine. For some internal debate, I agree with Jun's proposal. You sure you'll be fine alone? Yeah, don't worry about it. Giving him one last look, I turn and head for the door. This is going to be a bad idea, isn't it? The walls reverberate with the familiar hum of fluorescent lamps. It's an old site. Most of the equipment is fairly worn down or outdated by a few decades. Not that it matters much. Pretty sure if the people upstairs wanted to, they could afford to replace everything. Since the techs don't come down this far, most of the stuff is left in a state of neglect. Yep, that sounds about right. Speaking from experience, security this far into the facility isn't really an issue either. Hell, many of the screens, cameras, and doors are faulty too. Yeah, so sounds like the people in charge just don't care enough to replace it. Or keep it up to date. Continue walking down the long corridor. My footsteps echo with every step. It's an extremely quiet environment. Yeah, I would expect on the hard tile floor here that you'd be able to hear your own footsteps reverberating as you walk down the corridor. That's the vibe I'm getting here. Yeah, you probably could, my boy. You could probably hear a pin drop. For a short while, I reach a junction where the hallway branches off. The first right leads to the main security checkpoint and the elevator to the upper levels. Beyond the second right is a small lounge and a staircase leading deeper into the complex. Well, I've never been down there myself. Probably for good reason, if this game's inspiration is anything to go by. Just a thought. I take the first right. Uh-oh. Who goes there? I jump back, startled by the noise, before checking my phone. It's just a message. Long shift, huh? 2:05 a.m. Hey, Masaru, it's me. I squint at the text. Did I read that right? Psycho? Saiko? Where are you? It's a text from Saiko, a girl I haven't seen in... No, she's probably a woman now. Been a while since college. Yeah, no shit. You sound like a grown-ass man in this mod. She and I used to be in a sort of relationship, if you could even call it that, and she was always very passionate about her work, even neglecting her private life. I see. What should I say? Should I tell her how much I miss? No. Act cool. Listen, I can't talk just yet. Haven't got off work. So, is this us? You mean you're still underground? Can't talk just yet. I haven't got off work. You mean you're still at the base? Didn't we just discuss this? Yeah, much redundant, those last two lines? What the hell are you doing at Koshien? They should have told you to call in sick today. I can imagine Saiko getting riled up. Also, I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, so I hope I'm doing an adequate job. Only, she shouldn't know where I work. It's confidential. Begin typing. Was held up. Had to wait for the next guard rotation. I stop. My finger hovers over the send button. Hey, Saiko, how do you know where I work? Get out of there now. Why? What's happening? Other text? This one's from Jun. Hey, Masaru pal, we got a problem and needs your help sorting it out. ASAP. I don't like the sound of that. I knew leaving with that ass in charge was a bad idea. It's unprofessional for him to contact me through the cell phone network. He usually isn't so quick to ask for help. So whatever it is, it's probably urgent. Yeah, if he's the type that wants to stubbornly do things himself and he's asking for help, yeah, it's probably serious, so we should check this out. I checked my texts again. Still no response from Saiko. I am suspicious of you, whoever is claiming to be Saiko. Wow. So I don't know if this is us or if we are just piloting Masaru right now. Masaru? I'm not sure. Over here. Jun points at one of the screens, which appears to have begun scrolling uncontrollably. Oh, that's not what you want to see on a security camera. I'm impressed. I left for a little over 15 minutes and you already managed to break something. All the systems have been acting crazy. Sort of with the lights and the CCTV screens. It's all going nuts. What the hell am I supposed to do? Flickering lights and scrolling CRTs are telltale signs of inadequate power. I'll restart the system. 3, 2, 1. The flip of a switch, the lights and buzzing monitors go silent. Yeah. Nice sound, nice effects, I have to say. Great job, jackass. Now we can't see shit. Well, quit your whining. Nothing's broken. You probably just blew a fuse. I speak confidently as I power on my flashlight. This wouldn't be the first time I've been down here in the dark. It's just a quick trip to the breaker. Yeah. You'd have known that if you actually read the emergency checklist. Hang on a sec. Scraggly man takes a puff from his cigarette, blowing a cloud of smoke into my face. I'll be waiting for you right here. If you run into any trouble, maybe you can have them read out the emergency checklist? Shake my head and turn to leave. Yep. This man just doesn't want to do anything himself. That's all this is. That is all this is, man. On my way to the basement, I pass by the exit junction before continuing down the dark hall. A heavy steel door stands before me, the entrance to the main breaker room, where the electrical supply for this sector is located. The door creaks as I open it. Could have done with a sound effect there. There's a switch box by the door. The panel is a bit dusty, and there's a sort of burnt electrical smell hanging in the air. God damn it! Yeah, that ain't good. 4 main override switches stack the wall. The leftmost row controls ventilation and air conditioning, while the rightmost set of dials are relegated to the security system. Flip the master switch, and everything comes to life, illuminating the room in a cold blue hue. Nice. What now? Jin, I already went over the restart procedure. Maru, I don't know how to phrase this. Are you standing in cold storage right now? No. Looks like someone's down there. Looks like someone's down here. I'll check it out. Don't forget to power cycle the systems, like I demonstrated in the control room earlier. Over and out. I already done. What do you take me for? A lazy asshat, that's what I take you for. The hallway leading to cold storage is dimly lit, with walls suffering far more deterioration than the surveillance sector. Yeah, dude. This is not where I would want to work, just saying. Jesus Christ, look at this. This ain't good. There's some debris on the floor. Man, they haven't cleaned this place in ages. Don't let OSHA find out. As I approach one of the doors, a loud clank emanates from within. Is that the cold storage door, or is that something else? Hello? Or no reply. Did it come from within here? I walk in and flip on the lights. I like how it uses those big, like, I like how it uses those big dramatic switch effects for like a washing machine or something. It really nails it home that this is an industrial zone. Lousy wiring, ruining my night off. Does he think I'm some sort of electrician? This is why I hate the graveyard shift. Well then why are you here? Is this the only job you can get? Oh. Hello? Who is it? That didn't look good. Somehow I have a feeling our asshat friend June isn't going to be very happy to see us afterwards. Uh-oh. Yeah, this game is remembering its roots. That's for sure. Ah, great. The lights flicker, enveloping the room in darkness. Not again! Stepping back into the hall, a cold chill passes through the depths of the corridor. Phone's dead. Figures. Network must be down again. No surface without power, certainly not this far underground. The heavy steel doors to cold storage loom into view. Do we even want to go in there? That's odd. The mechanism is still in the locked position. As I move past the threshold, a sudden gust of frigid air greets me. Well, this certainly looks like cold storage. We shouldn't be here. Hello? 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 My voice echoes. Is there anyone there? There? What the? I told you we shouldn't have come here. Just 3 miles to go. What's the matter? You've been so quiet this whole drive. It's not like you. Not gonna lie, with the mood that we've been establishing thus far, this feels strangely unfitting. Like, bruh. This is like the most unfitting music choice. I'm adding that to my list of bingo card ideas. Yeah, how have I not added that to my list of bingo card ideas? That is idea number 70 right there. Odd music choice. Yep, odd music choice. Yep, odd / unfitting. Oh, shit, I don't want insert. And yes, Monty. I am making some notes. Alright, close that. Anyway, I guess now we're back with, who we're actually going to be piloting. So I guess that was just a prologue of what's to come, huh? I guess we'll find out, won't we? So, are you enjoying your time in Okayama? It's been fine. You seem pretty lonely. That took a turn real fast. I thought we were talking about my time in Okayama, not, this. It's not true. Yes, it is. You've been living here for a few months and you still haven't made any friends. I have friends. That's right. You did say you were planning to meet someone tonight. Someone you haven't seen in a while. Best not to keep her waiting. I already told you, it's not like that. So I say, but the truth is, I don't know how I feel. You should be happy meeting an old friend after such a long time. What did you say her name was again? Sayori? Sayori's a girl that I knew since elementary school. She and I were inseparable. Before. How do you plan to catch up? I bet you have so much to tell her. I bet she's just dying to see you. Well, that depends. We've both changed a lot since we last met. Also, what is that face? What is that face? Dude, the shift in expressions here is so radical. This is why I love Scroll Wheel. Because it allows me to perfectly showcase this stuff. Like, dude. That is a radical shift in expression right there. With just no transition at all. Maybe we won't get along like we used to. Maybe. You never know with this stuff. Monica, meanwhile, is just like, just the most inquisitive look on her face I've ever seen. Holy shit. If I had known this existed, I would have used this for the thumbnail. Shit, look at that. This is one of the goofiest looking faces I've ever seen Monica make. Relax, I'm only teasing. I'm sure she's just as anxious as you are. After all, she agreed to meet up with you, did she not? True, I guess. You'll be fine. You don't seem too confident about that. You're lucky, having someone you've known for so long that you can count on. I've never had many close friends myself. Most of those you would call my friends are just acquaintances. Yeah, there's a difference between acquaintances and friends, after all. And don't worry. That's what you have me for. Or rather, your OG counterpart does. Yeah. Lucky. Not wanting to prod her any further, I decided to drop the subject and just enjoy the rest of the drive. As we passed through the busy streets of downtown Suyama, the neon city lights blurred together into a smear of red, green, and yellow. I pick up one of the newspapers lying in the seat to pass the time. Suyama City Times. Ugh, excuse me. The newspaper is a little old, and the cover story is about a politician who took his own life. Well, shit. That don't sound very good, now does it? Now, of course, the real question is, what was the reason behind it, and was it actually a suicide? That's what I want to know. It reads, Toshiyuki Kento, embezzlement, fraud, deception, the circumstances that led to the death of Japan's biggest con man. Yeah, so they didn't exactly sound like a real trustworthy individual. It's discovered that Toshiyuki Kento was the man behind the largest embezzlement case of our generation. In addition to defrauding thousands of people, Mr. Toshiyuki was revealed to have been posing as a representative from the Ministry of Finance, selling false bonds to unsuspecting investors. Upon being exposed, Mr. Toshiyuki claimed to have been acting alone. When asked if he was aware that his actions carried the death penalty, Mr. Toshiyuki said, "Of course I was aware, but someone had to do something about all these corrupt politicians and bureaucrats siphoning off public funds for their own selfish ends. I was acting in the interests of the public good by selling false bonds to people and defrauding thousands of people. How is that acting in the interest of the public good? I need more context." In an interview following the announcement of his arrest, Mr. Toshiyuki gave his final statement. "Know this, when you take a stand, it's never easy, and sometimes you end up hurting those around you. For your hardworking men and women who were affected by my actions, I sincerely apologize. But I do not regret what I have done. If given the chance, I'd have done it again. I've made my stand. Whatever you say, man." With these parting words, Mr. Toshiyuki ended the interview and was placed under house arrest. It is unclear whether the Ministry of Finance or any other agency was aware of Mr. Toshiyuki's crimes, or if they are investigating possible links between his activities and organized crime. Mr. Toshiyuki was confirmed dead on Monday, officials say. In typical flamboyant Toshiyuki fashion, after delivering his final message to the world, Kento blew himself up using the natural gas in his hotel room. Sounds about right. Whatever he can use to kill himself with. The charred remains of Mr. Toshiyuki were later recovered after it was confirmed that he had taken his own life. See, this is kind of what I was referring to earlier when I felt that moment with Monica in the car here kind of clashed with the tone that this is going for. Like, I love this. I love this world building here. This is great. I put down the paper as the car speeds by in silence. Eventually, the city fades into the background, and we are left driving through the dark countryside. Stopping briefly at a traffic light, Monica adjusts her hair. Yeah, it seems like something she would do. I imagine that would get in the way while you're trying to drive. The dim lights of the car's instruments, I can't help but admire how beautiful she is. Her long, silky brown hair hangs loosely over her shoulders. She smiles at me, then turns her attention back to the road. Say, are you seeing anyone? Not currently, no. Like, do you have a boyfriend? I'm pretty sure that was the question she just answered. Nope, not for a long time. Really? But you're so... I'm so... Grab the armrest for dear life as the car swerves, narrowly avoiding an oncoming truck. The car slowly skids to a halt as Monica regains control of the vehicle. Whoops, clutch slipped. Sorry. Jesus, Monica, are you trying to get us killed? Oh, please, we're fine. It was just a little slip up. Little slip up? Are you kidding me? We almost died! Calm down. Neither of us got hurt. Oh, I can't say the same for them. She gestures further down the highway, where the speeding truck crossed into our lane. Oh yeah, so somebody's trying to be a dick on the highway. That's nothing new. It looks as if the semi hit another vehicle before coming to a stop. The driver of the car, a woman around my age, appears to have been thrown completely through the windshield. Aw, shit. That's brutal, dude. They're probably dead. Holy. They alright? Probably not? Like I said, I doubt it. We should call an ambulance. Right. Sliding the door open, I take a few steps out towards the accident. The car is a mess and the woman is covered in blood. No way. She's dead. Or at least badly injured. And I have a feeling I know who that is. God damn, dude. That is brutal. Poor Yuri. She has no pulse. Hey, is she okay? Not really. You should mention that she doesn't have a pulse. Her legs are bent at odd angles. There's a pool of blood forming underneath her. Oh. Look, I already called an ambulance. We need to leave. Now. My mom learns I took the car without asking. She'll kill me. This isn't a car, Monica. This is a dead person. All the more reason to not waste time here. Let's go. You go ahead. I'm staying. Excuse me? We're not paramedics. All staying here will do is attribute us to the incident. Which, might I add, was caused by our lovely friend in the semi. Seriously, what was he thinking? Driving in the wrong lane. Anyway, point is, we're going. Begrudgingly, I agree with her. Fine. Let's just wait till we see the paramedics approaching before we go. My boy. My boy. That is one of the dumbest things you could do. Because that is just going to look even more suspicious. That is a terrible idea. Back on the road, the two of us continue down Route 53. Can't help but think perhaps we had a hand in causing that accident. Who was the girl with the purple hair? She looked so sad. What did you just walk into? Doki Doki Night Rain. That is what you just walked into. Also, I'm gonna go turn off that hotkey real quick, because I don't need it for this mod. I don't need it for this stream. No, I want to just get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. So, what you just witnessed imprudent? No. Yuri was involved in an accident involving a semi that was driving in our lane. Ours being my boy and Monica. Monica took the car out for a joyride, and a semi was driving in our lane, so we swerved out of the way, and the car then proceeded to hit Yuri's car. And yeah, she ended up like that because she flew through the windshield. So yeah, she has no pulse. Her legs are probably broken. She's probably dead. If I had to guess. Like, rest in fuck Yuri. It hasn't even been an hour yet. we're like half an hour into starting this mod, and Yuri might already be dead. And Monika's more concerned about saving her own ass and not being attributed to the accident. She wants to leave. It seems like Monika doesn't know who Yuri is in this timeline. And neither do we, so we don't have any connection with Yuri. At least not yet. But like I said, Monika's not looking good here. You know, like, we pulled aside to go check on Yuri after she flew through the windshield. And now she's more concerned about saving her own ass because her parents will kill her if they found out she took the car out without asking. So yeah, not a good look for Monika here. My mind races. Now, if that were the Monika who got hit, DDMC would be bullying this mod dev out of the community. Whatever you say. I don't follow the going-ons of the DDMC. Alright, Ben, there are a couple of things you should know. One, my mom isn't going to be home tonight. That's what you're concerned about here? Huh? Where is she, anyway? Out shopping. I'm making dinner. Since when can you cook? Yeah, good question, because that's not something that you've been able to do. Since always? Are you sure about that? Uh-huh. Okay, fine, not really. I was just bored. Fair enough, I guess. So, are we just leaving? A few minutes pass and neither of us say a word. Besides, weren't you on your way to see someone? My mind goes blank. I totally forgot. Yeah, the dialogue between the dialogue between our boy and Monika has kind of been jumping all over the place. It doesn't really have any flow to it, is the way I would describe it. Like, it just kind of randomly jumps from one topic to another, seemingly at random. That's the way the dialogue feels right now. I would just say rewind like 15 minutes, imprudent, and, you know, get caught up to speed on that, and you'll see what I mean. Like, it never seems to stay on the same topic for very long. Sayori. Pulling out my cell phone, I see a multitude of missed messages. Yeah, we were kind of busy, Sayori. Something came up. 7:30 p.m. Where are you? 7:45 p.m. Hello? You still coming? 8:10 p.m. Hello? Oh, Jesus. 8:55 p.m. Ben, I know you're not that busy. How long were we here, anyway? I try and fumble a reply. Sorry, something came up. How about I walk you to school tomorrow instead? Send. Oh boy. Yeah, that's gonna go over well. I turn to Monika. Say, do you mind if I ask you a weird question? You wouldn't happen to be I think you're trying to say available? Stop being shy. Never mind. Aw, no fair. You're leaving me hanging. I promise not to laugh. Honest. Forget about it. Oh, come on. Come on. After Monika's acting like that for you, after Monika's giving you a second chance, come on. Come on, dude. At least try. At least try for me if you're gonna go along with her. Fine. Have it your way. I stare out the window. The trees outside are dark. There isn't a single car on the road. Given the circumstances, asking her out is probably out of the question. I mean, we did just kill someone. I mean, I don't know. My boy, let's get this straight here, alright? Let's get this straight. A semi, a big-ass 18-wheeler, came swerving into your lane, and Monica swerved out of the way and hit someone else. The semi did. We had nothing to do with that. My boy, this was an us or them situation. And no shit, Monica saved herself. So let's get that fact perfectly straight here. Regardless of if we were talking to Monica the moment before that happened or not, it wouldn't have made a difference. If it was the semi swerving into our lane versus us swerving into the lane of the semi. That is the detail that we need to know here. Because if the semi swerved into our lane, that's not our fault. We had nothing to do with that. Let's get that perfectly straight. It's the semi-truck driver's fault, not ours. Exactly! He swerved into our lane, did he not? Did the driver of the semi not swerve into our lane? The lane we were driving in. Speaking of, I never did get a good look at them. The bastard must have run just after the accident. But still, they're gonna find out who drove the semi. Chapter 1, Monday. Either way, they're gonna find out who drove the semi. So this must be our room, huh? It's very interesting. Got a nice little laptop in the corner. Got a printer, and it's a very cozy looking room here. And the remixed music here is pretty nice. I don't know why they didn't get more of this for the scene in the car that we had just now. Because the bass DDLC music that was used during that scene in the car with Monica just now, it really doesn't fit with the rest of the vibe that scene was going for. That just it doesn't fit with the mood and the atmosphere that this mod is trying to create. It just really clashes. So I would have liked to see something more akin to this used for those scenes. Anyway, moving on. What a night. Finding it hard to believe any of that was real. The sun shines through the window, waking me from my daze. I'm in my room, still fully dressed from yesterday. You must have got right home and just crashed. My alarm clock reads 7:07 a.m. I'm late for school. Stumbling out of bed, I quickly change into my uniform. The streets are quiet, save for the occasional rustling of leaves in the breeze. No cars, no people, nothing. Okay. I think it would have been just fine to let the music that was just playing continue to play, because tonally, this music is basically identical to this. It just feels unnecessary, if you ask me. Like this change in music is just unnecessary because the tone is effectively the same. And I would argue this is a downgrade from what we were just listening to. Like, I like this way better. I like this way better for the tone that this mod is going for, as opposed to this. Just saying. Anyway, no cars, no people, nothing. I walked a few blocks to school, passing the time by playing on my phone. And here we go. Here we go. Hey! Ah, yes, base game text. Here we go. See an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sarah, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, before I moved away. I'm not sure if us meeting again like this is a blessing or a curse. If she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sarah catch up to me. Woo! I thought I was gonna be late. But I guess you were too, huh? What happened last night? I thought you might have gotten yourself in trouble after you stopped responding to my texts. Then I saw this thing online about a truck crash near Suyama City, and, well, you know. At this point, I regret telling her about last night. It's not like she needs to worry herself over my life. Still, she looks concerned, so I try to reassure her. Sayori, I'm fine, really. Just a little shaken, is all. We cross the street together and make our way to school. That really clashes here. That's really clashing. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. I hear murmurs and gossip of the other students, the clinking of lunch boxes and book bags. By the way, Ben, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? No, not interested. Really? Yep, much rather focus on my studies. Aw, come on, you'll have plenty of time for that later. You should at least check out some of them. You might find something you're interested in. Sarah likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. For two friends that have just met after not seeing each other for quite some time, this reunion feels kinda ho-hum. Like, it feels pretty low-key, if you get what I'm saying. When I feel like a reunion like this is something that would be a lot more exciting for the people involved. But maybe that's just me. I know! Let's check out the literature club together. It'll be fun. I have had a hard time believing any club Sarah's a part of will be any fun. At this point, I've run out of excuses. Fine. Yay! Sarah grabs my arm and starts dragging me towards the school. Okay. Jeez. The school grounds are buzzing with activity. Students are walking, chatting, and generally wasting time. Well, yeah, that's just what you do before class. No elaboration here? No, description of what we're seeing on the way to class? Just skip right ahead? Okay. Mod's got an agenda, I guess. Would expect a mod with a very long descriptor to actually take the time to do that, but what do I know? I just play the mods. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I walk down the hallways with Sayori. She's practically bouncing up and down, talking my ear off. More clashing assets, if I do say. Can't say I share her excitement, but I feel a little guilty for ditching her last night, so I figure it's the least I could do to spend some time with her today. Alright, which one's your club room? Over here! Leading the way, she pulls me by the arm up the stairs and into the third floor hallway. Yeah, no transition or anything, just... I didn't scroll wheel forward. That's just how it's written. That's just how it's written, man. Can't make this stuff up. Also, I'm curious what that is. Like if that's some part of a logo they forgot to remove or something. Leading the way, she pulls me by the arm up the stairs and into the third-floor hallway. It's crowded with students, and the noise is deafening. Well, more. Alright. After navigating the mass of students, she leads me towards her classroom near the end of the hall. Take a deep breath and prepare myself for the inevitable awkwardness that comes with trying to make small talk with people. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. To my surprise, the classroom is mostly empty, except for a couple of girls standing around.
Everyone, the new member is here!
I told you, don't call me a new excuse me. No you didn't. You said no such thing, my boy.
Eh?
I glance around the room. So we got some Act 1 syndrome going on here. The mod's at least trying to work it into its story, so I can let it slide, but this is still Act 1 syndrome.
Let me introduce my old friend, Ben. He's going to be joining us today.
The only other people in the room are two girls. One is sitting at a desk, her arms crossed. The other... She has an intense expression on her face as she reads her book. Her head is down, not even acknowledging our arrival.
Didn't we just see you last night on the road? Or is that somebody else that just looks like you?
And dressed like you. This mod's making me question things already. This mod's making me question stuff already. Because I'll remind you, we saw someone that looked like Yuri with no pulse and broken legs, supposedly dead, in the middle of the road after her car got hit by a semi last night. And now somebody that looks like Yuri is here? Yeah, I hope you know your Stranger Things, because this is most definitely strange. She doesn't seem like the sociable type. My boy, when are you gonna put two and two together? It can't be. She's the girl from the accident. She certainly looks like her, doesn't she? How is she alright?
Hello there. My name is Yuri. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Voice is soft, but carries an air of elegance. I take a step towards her.
You're the girl from the accident last night. Sorry, I don't know what you mean.
She tilts her head in genuine confusion. That's what you claim. That's what you claim. Are you really Yuri? Who are you? Strange apparition. Guys, this mod's gonna make me paranoid. Also, what's up, Mafchio? Good morning to you too. How are you this fine morning? Wait, you mean you don't remember?
I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. The car accident we were in. You mean the car accident she was in?
I reached for her shoulder. It's a sunny Monday? Well, that's good. We're getting nothing but rain right now.
Hey, what are you...
Examine her body for signs of injury.
But I don't find anything.
Then is this really Yuri? That is the question we must ask ourselves after what we have just seen with that accident. Because, oh boy. But we also must ask, was that really Yuri on the side of the road after her car got hit by that semi and she flew through the windshield? Was that really Yuri?
Not even a scratch.
There's no trace of blood or any sort of scarring. Just a normal, healthy girl. Yes. Strange, isn't it? This can't be right. But you were dead. I'm sure of it. Why don't you just pull up the article on your phone, dipshit? I look up to see Yuri completely mortified by my actions. Yeah, you are being quite unusual, I will say, but you are completely justified. Ah! Please don't touch me like that. I'm not comfortable with this. I back away, giving her some space. Sorry. Wow, way to go, perv. For once, Natsuki's accusation is actually justified. Ben's a bit of an airhead sometimes, so please forgive him. He means well, he just doesn't know how to behave around girls. Yeah, I've known him since we were kids. He's a total dork, but he's got a heart of gold. Monica, if anything, she should know what's going on. Oh, really? Well, I think he's a creep. Come on, you two, give him a break. I mean, just look at him. He's not exactly the ladies' man, is he? Now, everyone, let's not judge him before we've had the chance to get to know him. We've all been in the club together for a few weeks now, so we have to expect a certain level of awkwardness with new members. I'm still not sure how comfortable I am with this. Yuri, why don't you introduce yourself to the new member? Didn't we just do that, though? Right, as I was saying, my name is Yuri. I'm a senior, and I really do love books. Most of my free time is spent reading. I hope we can be friends. She smiles nervously, clearly embarrassed by all the attention. Please, don't make assumptions about me because of my appearance. I take another look at her. Yeah, Yuri is definitely acting out right now. Yuri is definitely acting out right now. And I don't think it's because she wasn't written that well. I think, like I said, there's something fishy going on with Yuri because of what we saw during that accident. Her long, dark hair flows down her back, framing her pale face. If not for her timid demeanor, I'd think she was quite pretty. I think anybody would. What? Nothing. Just... sorry. You're very pretty. Oh. I like how Natsuki's just like, God. And Sarah's just like, God damn it, Ben. Oh, please. Don't tell me you're going to fall for this guy. He's a class act. What? No, of course not. It's just that not a lot of people compliment me on my looks, that's all. Yeah, that's the impression I get. Natsuki! Yeah, that was kind of a cold shower, Natsuki. Come on. You did not just do Yuri dirty like that. Like, come on. God damn it, Natsuki. Okay, that's enough. No one's forcing you to stay here, Natsuki. I'm sure he didn't mean to offend you, right, Ben? I was distracted, lost in thought. Come on, mate. At least show us that he's not paying attention. What's happening? So, a class act and a short attention span. That is the perfect wombo combo to make Natsuki hate you. This club, brace for impact. I expected italics if you were going to use that line from the base game. Is full of incredibly cute girls. Yes, it is. We've been here before. More importantly, that girl. I think I heard them call her Yuri. She looks exactly like the woman who was killed last night. Maybe she has a twin sister? I should ask Monica about it later. Maybe that's why Monica was so hesitant to leave the scene of the accident? Question mark? Oh, hi Brad. You probably have no idea what's going on, do you? But for now... So... Okay. So, Brad. A quick crash course on what's going on here and why I'm suspicious of Yuri right now. After a prologue scene at some facility where we watched some security guards get fucked. Not literally. We were driving to a small town where we were going to reunite with Sayori with Monica. And during that drive, a semi apparently swerved into our lane. Monica swerved out of the way. And somebody that looks like Yuri and definitely dresses the way Yuri would outside of school got hit instead. And they flew out of their fucking windshield. They had no pulse, their legs seemed to be broken, and they just seemed to be dead. So yeah, when we came in and saw Yuri sitting here, we're like, the fuck? How are you here? Why are you here? How are you here? Yeah, understandably, our boy had a lot of questions. So, yeah, now we kind of have some Act 1 syndrome while all this is going on. And, yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. So, yeah. I have many questions about what's going on with Yuri in this mod. Like, seriously, I'm questioning whether or not this is even Yuri. Remember this mod's inspiration, Stranger Things and Close Encounters of the Third Kind? That's what it claims to be inspired by. So yeah, that's the kind of tone I'm expecting here. That's what the release page says. Me too. I still haven't watched the remaining seasons of Stranger Things. It's been on my to-do list forever. But yeah, Season 1 of Stranger Things was really fucking good. Basically, what I've heard about Season 2 is that Season 2 is kind of bad, but then Season 3 and Season 4, I think, if there is a Season 4, kind of redeem Season 2. So, yeah. But yeah, Season 1 of Stranger Things, it made me feel things. I really liked it. I think it was that kid's mother's devotion to the insanity of the place that her son was trapped in, and her dedication to it, that really sold me on it. Like, she is just a granite bedrock of an actor. That's what really sold it for me. Her performance is just first rate. You remember almost nothing? So, is it a requirement to have long hair or something? My boy, may I remind you, 2 of them have pretty short hair, so why the hell are you even saying that? Also, we have scroll wheel, so get ready for me to use that a lot. So, how are you today, Brad? Oh my god. What? It's a legitimate question. Okay. Why don't you introduce yourself, then? I'm glad you're doing well. Me? Okay. Hello. I'm Ben. It's nice to meet you all. And yeah, I'm just an ordinary guy. I've never been a part of a club before. Ugh, excuse me. That's all. So, guess I'll just hang out until I get a feel for the place, if that's cool with everyone. You've got a lot of nerve, you know that? For once, Natsuki's comment is actually justified.
Yes, let's try and get along, okay? That's the spirit, Yuri. You can do it! Excellent. I'm glad that's settled. Welcome to the Literature Club, Ben. You'll fit right in. I'm sure of it.
And this is only making Monica's behavior at that crash scene even more suspicious. Because, that person we saw at the crash scene looked just like Yuri. And yet here she is. And Monica doesn't bat an eye. Monica does not bat an eye. I'm telling you. Something ain't right here. Something ain't right, boys.
Okay, everyone. I have an idea. Since Ben's our first new member since June, why don't we all share poems with him? It can be anything you like. Doesn't matter if it's long or short. Just come up with something and we'll share tomorrow.
Monica turns back towards me.
We have a meeting every day after school, so just show up when you're ready, okay? Anyway, I think that's everything. Thank you all for coming and have a good night.
Taking my leave, I head down the stairs and into the courtyard, waiting for Sayori to catch up. Sunset lighting. Wow, that really has an effect on this background, huh? Ah, the courtyard. Evening light. My favorite. Soak it in, Monty. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Sayori's babbling away, talking about her day, her friends, and whatever else is on her mind. I, however, am unable to concentrate on anything but what I saw back in the classroom. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Are we really just going to forget? Are we really just going to forget about what we were obsessed with when we first walked in? Namely the fact that Yuri is supposed to be dead, ? And that Monica doesn't seem to care? Like, my boy, you need to start using your head. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Or perhaps not. I've got better things to do than listen to them discuss their favorite poems. So it's not like there aren't any other clubs to join. And then there's the problem of that girl, Yuri. No transition. Smod's got a bad habit of doing that. Like, that wasn't because of scroll wheel. That's just how it's written. Like, see? Is she really the girl I saw last night? That's the question. Can't be. I mean, how many people can look exactly alike? But still, how can someone go from being dead to perfectly fine in a matter of hours? They can if they're not human. Questions. Suppose I'll have some answers when I ask Monica about it tomorrow. Why didn't you ask today? Oh, that ain't good. Yeah. Alright, that's enough. The manager, Mr. Igarashi, stands behind the register, counting the till. He's an older man, probably in his late 50s, with short gray hair and glasses. Oh, so he's a middle-aged man. Sure you're okay with closing up alone? Yeah, no problem. Okay, so now we're in the perspective of somebody else. An employee here. Alright, make sure you lock up the back door before you leave. Yes, sir. That should be everything. It's finally time. The restaurant is quiet. Everyone went home early. It's just me. This ain't gonna end well, is it? Serves me right. Trying to be nice for once. flip off the lights, and make my way out the back. My feet echo with every step taken towards the ground level. It's eerily quiet at this time of night. The moon hangs low in the sky, casting an eerie glow on the cars parked nearby. The night is still. No traffic, no wind, no sound. Except that. That's not good. Blackout. I stop walking. The entire block is pitch black. Not a single light on for miles. Another outage? If this was scheduled, it's the first I've heard of it. Oh, there is supposed to be a storm tomorrow. Oh, yeah. There always is in these stories, isn't there? I shrug and keep moving. The cold night air stings my nose as I breathe it in. My body stiffens as a cold breeze blows past. Who goes there? I really picked the worst day to walk home from work. There's a fence blocking the way forward and a fire escape hanging from the side of a building. I turn a corner, entering an alleyway between the two buildings. I was gonna say, you best hope this ain't a dead end, because I got a bad feeling about this. It's dark, with only the dim light of the moon illuminating my surroundings. I stop. There's someone at the end of the alley. They're facing away from me, standing completely still. Don't approach them. Just walk away and pretend you saw nothing. Try to call out, but the words get caught in my throat. Who's there? They don't move. My heart starts beating faster. I told you this was a bad idea. The hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. Something's not right. You don't say. I take a step back. Said, who's there? This isn't a knock-knock joke. Answer me, damn it! They turn their head slightly. Just enough for me to... Okay, Chapter 2, Tuesday. Just enough for me to make out their... I wonder if this is the same thing that got those security guards at the facility. Also, you hear how nice this remixed track is? It's a crisp, clear morning. I sit up, yawning and stretching as the sun's rays stream through the window. My eyes open and I blink to sleep away. It takes a few moments for my brain to register what I'm seeing. Sayori? Rub my eyes. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry to drop in unannounced. I wanted to walk to school together. As odd as this may seem, Sarah and I used to have a habit of walking into each other's houses unannounced. Ugh. Excuse me. I guess it's a holdover from our childhood. I get out of bed and grab a change of clothes. Hey, wait, don't undress in front of me. What? What's wrong? Well, you... Her face turns red as she tries to stammer a reply. She's obviously embarrassed. You're a boy. You can't just undress in front of a girl. You're the one who walked into my room without knocking, so I think it's perfectly fair. Oh, so he's one of those types. I see. But that doesn't mean... Fine. Just wait for me downstairs. Sarah shuffles off. Change into my school uniform, grab my book bag, and head downstairs. Hey Ben, want a cup? She pulls out a bag of coffee grounds. I thought Monica was the one that was into coffee. You never told me you liked coffee, Sayori. When did this happen? I stop in the doorway. What's wrong? It's just instant, no big deal. You'll never get to school in time if you keep standing there, you know. Right, right. Yeah. So this is what I was getting at a minute or two ago. You hear how nice this remixed music sounds? So let's just not listen to that on the way to school. It did this in Chapter 1 as well. Except Chapter 1, you got to enjoy it even the original track even less. And I posed the question, was a music change necessary here? I think you would have been just fine leaving in the more original, better sounding track right here. Just saying. I think you would have been just fine if you just let that track play. You know, let people hear the stuff that they haven't heard before, as opposed to the stuff that they've heard before playing the game. Maybe that's just me. We start walking to school. Air is cool and refreshing. The clouds provide some shade from the sun. Yep. I'm surprised I haven't put in unnecessary music change. That's going in my list of bingo card ideas. We were quiet for a while, the only sound being the occasional car passing by. Again, no transition. Say, Ben? Huh? You don't have a girlfriend, do you? What? No, why did this come up all of a sudden? I figured as much. She giggles and we continue walking. We pass several military vehicles. It's like another drill. Is this a common occurrence in this neighborhood? Is that a common occurrence around here? Because something tells me that's not normal. That's not normal behavior, I would think. Are you kidding? Have you seen my schedule? Glance over at a Humvee driving by. Can't tell if it's a real military vehicle or not. Well, yeah, but I thought maybe you were like a secret player or something. You're smart, athletic, and pretty cute, too. I bet there are a lot of girls who would be interested in you. So our boy's a looker in this mod. That only makes Natsuki's claims even more justified. Not exactly the best at talking to girls, you know. I shake my head and she laughs. Oh, finally, a proper transition. We've been lacking those. The last bell rings, signaling the end of the day. Would be nice to hear that at least. Phew. Step out into the hallway. The hallways are packed with students. Everyone is in a hurry to get to their after-school clubs or just go home. Yep, as they should. I take a deep breath and head towards the literature club. Wonder what the rest of the day has in store for me. I don't know, were you paying attention to Monica yesterday? She's been absent since yesterday. You didn't hear? Her family moved. Well, that's what I heard at least. What kind of jerk would you have to be to skip school without telling anyone? Weren't we friends? I'm seriously so sick of her crap. No, right? She could at least text us or something. Yeah, but then again, we weren't really that close, were we? What are you listening in on? Taking a right, I make my way up the stairs into the literature club. Very random thing that's just gonna go completely ignored, I guess? Like, why did we listen into that? What was the point of that scene just now? What was the point of that scene just now that we just witnessed? Like, what? I am very confused, people. I am very lost. I open the door and step inside. Hey, Monica. How, Ah, Ben! Glad you're here. Let's get started. So, again, we got Monica acting fishy here. You look like you're contemplating something, but as soon as we show up, you're all like, oh, there you are. Let's move things along. The other girls are already here. Natsuki and Sayori are standing in the corner, and Yuri's sitting in the middle of the room. Ugh, her head buried in a book. Excuse me. I closed the door behind me. Hey there. Didn't think you'd show up. Don't worry about her. She's always like that. She's just making a joke. Monica turns to me. I trust you were able to finish writing your poem? Well, I see. So you didn't bother then. I did write something. Well, let's have a seat. I'm excited to hear what you wrote then. We all take a seat at the table in the middle of the room. Now, why don't we begin? We spread out among the classroom and begin sharing in groups of 2. Who should I show my poem to first? We wanted to talk to Monica, did we not? So obviously, we gonna go Moni. Because we wanted to talk to Monica yesterday, but we didn't for some reason. So yeah. I walk over to Monica, who's still sitting at her desk. Hey, here, you can read mine first. She hands me her poem and I read it out loud. Just saying. You don't need this. Like, after this, you can just transition to the poem. You can just transition to the poem after that. Anywho, overcast. Amid the skies of gray, clouds softly flow. Their muted hues obscure the sun's bright gleam. In a dance of shadows, they gently grow. With each passing moment, breezes bestow a sense of calm, a tranquil, hazy dream. Amid the skies of gray, clouds softly flow. Birds' songs are hushed as if in hollowed woe. Yet in this tapestry, there's beauty to redeem. In a dance of shadows, they gently grow. The world below, with muted colors, glow. A subtle palette, like an artist's scheme. Amid the skies of gray, clouds softly flow. The earth, beneath the veiled skies, lies low. In overcast embrace, a timeless theme. In a dance of shadows, they gently grow. Amidst the somber canvas, life's ebb and flow. A meditative moment, as if in a dream. Amid the skies of gray, clouds softly flow. In a dance of shadows, they gently grow. Is it just me, or does this sound more like Yuri's writing? Ladies and gentlemen, is it just me, or does this sound more like something Yuri would write than something Monica would write? It's only making me even more suspicious. Yeah, you bet your ass I'm concerned. Bet your ass I'm concerned. You're damn right to look at me like that. Something's not right here. This does not sound like something you would write, Monty. I know the way you write. And this ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. Something has been very off about you ever since that accident. And the fact that you just have not even acknowledged Yuri's presence means you know something we don't know. And I intend to find out. Could you tell? Could I tell what? That this isn't your writing? I ran out of time, so I basically filled in the blanks with random adjectives during first period. That's not what I meant. Rushed is one thing. This doesn't even sound like you. No, not at all. Thought it was pretty good. I don't know about that. But, you know, it was serviceable, I guess. But yeah, like I said, the real thing here is that that didn't even really sound like Monica's style of writing. Really? That's a relief. I wasn't sure how well the imagery would translate. No, it was great. The way you described the sky, the clouds, the shadows, it's beautiful. It's a certain melancholy to it. She smiles and takes a deep breath, sighing in relief. Thank you. I'm glad at least one person can tolerate my ad-libs. Truth be told, I wanted to try out writing a villanelle, and was nervous about the result. Is that the type of poem this was? Let me check that out. Yeah, villanelle. Highly structured poem made up of 5 tercets followed by a quatrain with 2 repeating rhymes and 2 refrains. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely out of my depth here as somebody who is not well researched in poems. So I know I'm out of my depth here. Let's just move on. Because I don't know what some of those terms even mean. I'm still not sure if the style was quite what I was going for, but I suppose that's the fun of poetry. Well, I guess that explains why it doesn't sound like your style. So we'll hold back for now. But I suppose that's the fun of poetry. She laughs and takes another sip of tea. Oh, did Yuri make tea? So how about yours? Ah, right here. She accepts my poem, unfolds the paper, and begins reading. Who is real? In twilight's grasp, a presence once so near, vanished like whispers in the fading light. Yet dawn's soft rays revealed you still appear. Your enigmatic play, unraveling depths, resigned to unweave what was veiled. In recollection, haze you falter. I also just noticed this. Notice how each word in this starts with a period. Y-U-R-I? Yeah. I need to see what happens when we show this to Yuri now. I see you took the hint. Yeah. What's going on with that, huh? A little on the nose, don't you think? Uh-huh. That's the point. What's going on here? Also, typo. Yeah. It's kind of hard coming up with a new topic after that. Still, it was a good read. It's always nice to read something that makes you think, isn't it? I guess, yeah. Listen, there's a specific subject I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, really? You didn't get the hint from the poem? I thought you got the hint. I lean in a little closer. How could someone survive a car crash that bad, yet not have a single scratch on her? Monica pauses, her usually upbeat demeanor shifting. I told you, she knows something we don't. You're talking about Yuri. You recognize her too, right? Is she not the same woman who died Sunday night? Yeah, woman, with an A. Not plural, women. Shh, lower your voice. She motions for me to follow her to the back of the classroom. I want answers, damn it. When we're a safe distance away, she opens her mouth. This isn't something I want the others to worry about. Understand? In other words, I'd like for you to keep what you saw to that night to yourself. Is that alright? As soon as you gave me some answers. Why? Why should I keep silent about what I saw that night? What's going on here? Sure, but why? What's going on? Like, I'm not losing my mind, am I? She doesn't have a twin, does she?
No, nothing like that. She's just a unique girl, that's all.
Unique? How? So, what's with all the secrecy? Is she some sort of criminal?
Look, just trust me when I say that this is not something we should be spreading around, okay? But promise me, please. We have enough problems on our hands.
No, we don't. What problems? What problems do we have on our hands? You haven't elaborated on anything. I haven't seen anything that would be classified as a problem. I don't think I've ever seen Monica this sincere before. I nod. Okay, I promise.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Something tells me you're just glad we decided to go along with this. Also, what happened to your hair? Somebody forgot to add some missing details about moving both of her hands like that. They weren't really designed with that pose in mind. Just one thing I love about having scroll wheel. My boy needs to grow a little more of a spine and start asking some serious questions here. Because, yeah, no, that's not good enough for me. I would not stay silent if that's what I was told. I would need more. I would demand more information. I would demand more information. What makes her unique? Unique how? She turns and walks away. I follow, and soon the calm atmosphere returns. Alright, well, we know who we're going after next. As we make our way back towards the center of the room, I spot Yuri standing at her desk. Her head is down as she's twirling a lock of hair between her fingers. She notices me looking at her and her body stiffens. Though startled, Yuri quickly regains her composure.
Oh, it's you, then. I didn't expect you to choose me to share with.
It's not like there's many options.
That's true, I suppose.
I hand my poem to her. Her face shows no emotion.
Interesting. Some very descriptive. The imagery is rather vivid.
Well, thanks, I guess.
However,
she frowns.
While your prose is adequate, the topic is somewhat pedestrian, wouldn't you say?
I tilt my head. I beg your pardon?
I meant no offense. I'm saying the subject matter was rather dull.
Dull?
It's a poem about death and tragedy. How can that be dull? That may be so, but if a writer is not interested in the subject they're writing about, their audience will notice.
She hands me back my poem. I'll keep that in mind, I guess. Anyway, do you think I could take a look at yours then?
Certainly.
Alright. Time to dust off my script reading skills. Refraction. In the distance I stand, observing you, as you tread a path concealed in shadows, soft, muted. Those eyes, once filled with dreams, vivid hues, now veiled. I reach out, yearning to draw you near. Yet my words falter, swallowed by trepidation. In the recesses of my mind, visions emerge where you, near life's edge. The darkness beckons, and my soul shudders, grappling in fear. Yeah, so she's afraid. Do you want help? Question mark? Very mysterious. Huh. This is actually quite good. You think so? She perks up. Absolutely. Tone, the imagery, it's all great. Really? Thanks. She doesn't handle flattery very well, does she? She blushes and looks away. It's about a villain, isn't it? Well, no. It's, about a friend. You mean you? Really? Yes. She is very dear to me. I worry about her. Must be rough. It is, but we're still friends. More often than not, I find myself relying on her when I know I shouldn't be. I can't help myself, even though it hurts her. I really am useless, aren't I? She looks at me with a sad smile. It's not true. It's not like you're asking her to do these things, right? No, I suppose not. Back to your poem. Perhaps I was a bit too harsh. Death, pain, grief, loss. These are common themes in the literary arts. A writer's perspective is shaped by their experiences and their interpretation of the world. You wrote your poem through the mixed feelings of concern you felt for someone who probably doesn't deserve such consideration. I suppose in that regard, our poems are rather similar, wouldn't you say? I don't know what to say. He's like, I don't know what to do. I guess I was being rather hypocritical, wasn't I? I guess that's one way to put it. She laughs. Oh, what a silly mistake. Anyway, thank you for sharing with me. Your work wasn't half bad. With that, she turns and walks away. Yuri is 11 from Stranger Things? Question mark? We'll save Nat for last. I'm curious what her reaction is going to be. Let's go see Sayori. I pass my poem to Sayori, who eagerly accepts it. Oh, this is really good. Is it about Monica? Ugh! Why do you think that? Just a lucky guess. I like the way you use metaphors. Thanks. So, what did you write? Fair warning, it isn't very good. I didn't get very much sleep last night, so my thoughts were sort of all over the place. She hands me her poem and I read through it. Paradise. Interesting. In fields of gold where laughter sings, a tale of joy my heart it brings. Beneath blue skies I skip and play. Amidst the blooms I find my way. Yay! A dance in sunlight, a soft distress, a mournful chord, a melody, somehow... No, that doesn't rhyme, Sayori! And as the hours swiftly flee, I sense a void that seeks to be. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, definitely comes across as rushed. That was a good reaction. We're just staring at her like, really? She's like, come on, say something. What did you think? I think it's, different. Different bad or different good? Just different, I suppose. I can't really give you a critique when I'm not sure what it's trying to say. She pouts. Well, that's okay. I'll just write something else. Can't help but laugh a little. What's so funny? Sorry, it's just the way you sometimes talk, I swear. Huh? The best face in all of DDLC. I present to you the Sayori Derp face. I shake my head. Moving on, I guess. Well, rest in Fox Sayori. Oof. Let's go see Natsuki now. I'm very curious what she thinks of us. Especially after that first day. Oh my god. Okay. I get up from my chair and walk over to Natsuki. She's sitting at her desk, glaring at me. Hiya! How are things going? Fine. You? Just great. Listen, I wanted to share poems with you. Is that okay? Oh, sure. Go ahead. She doesn't seem very enthused about the idea. I take a seat next to her and read her poem out loud. Short and to the point, Natsuki. Maybe a little bit too much so. Sprinkles. Fluffy clouds and sunny days. Kittens playing in funny ways. Rainbows arching in the sky. Cupcakes sprinkled oh so high. Huh. Should I be keeping an eye on you, Natsuki? She's waiting. Yeah? What? What is it? Sorry, is this poem or a children's book? Oh boy, you are not making yourself any closer to Natsuki, are you? What's that supposed to mean? Her face is flushed red. No, nothing. It's just the theme was a bit, how do you say, cute. Yep, he's forever cementing his reputation with Natsuki right here, right now. So, it was childish. A poem doesn't have to be sophisticated, you know. She puffs her cheeks. Whoa, hey, I didn't say that. Raise my hands defensively. That's what she wants you to do. Well, that's what you meant, wasn't it? Admit it. This is exactly what you expected me to write. No, nobody's making that claim. We don't even know you. How would I know how would I expect, something like this from you? How would I reasonably expect that this is what you would write? He's just trying to be frank. Her voice rises as she becomes more animated. She stands up, pointing a finger at me. Do you think you're better than me because your poem was longer than mine? Alright, now you're just making baseless accusations. She stomps her foot. Well, I'll have you know that. That's enough, you two. Save the arguments for after we've finished sharing poems. Let's keep this civilized, shall we? Right. Natsuki sits back down, her face still red. Thank you, Monica, for being the sensible one. East or west, Tekken is best. I couldn't tell you. But, how are you? How are you today? Can't say I've seen you around before, so welcome aboard. I don't really think... Shut up. She lifts open her binder and pulls out a folded piece of paper. Here. Just forget about the last one, alright? She thrusts her poem into my hands. This one seems interesting. Well, I like the theme that it's got going on, Caleb. But man, yeah, my opinion has been all over the place on this mod, Caleb. Like, I think you'd have a field day. I think you'd have a field day ripping into the nuance, the little problems I've been pointing out throughout the last 2 hours. I definitely recommend watching it from the start, because, like I said, I like what it's going for, but it's had a lot of a lot of small things that are just like, why did you design it like that? And sandwiches, that's all right. You don't have to be here all the time. No one's expecting you to be here for all the live streams. It's just an unrealistic expectation. But how's college been going? Because one of the guys I work with, I know, has finals coming up, so that sounds about right. I don't know if that's coming up for you, sandwiches, but if it is, I wish you the best of luck. And Hwoarang? I'm not sure how to pronounce your username, so let me know if I'm close. This is a mod called Night Rain, and this mod is inspired by stuff like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Stranger Things. You can get a quick synopsis in the description, but basically what's happened up to this point, after the prologue where 2 security guards at a unknown facility were seemingly taken out by something we don't know about, some mysterious entity that we haven't seen yet. We came back to our home, original home neighborhood, hoping to catch up with an old friend, that being Sayori, with Monica, and we had a rather strange occurrence happen along the way home, where a semi swerved into the lane us and Monica were in. Monica swerved out of the way, and the semi hit the car behind us, and the driver flew out of the windshield, and they seemed to be dead. And that person just so happened to look and dress exactly like Yuri. But somehow Yuri is still here in the club room. Like, we were just talking with her a few minutes ago. So, yeah, something's not right. Something's not right here. Just saying. Something's not right. All we've really heard from Monica on this, since we grilled her about it today, is that Yuri is and I quote, if it's still here. No, that was quite a bit ago, huh? It's not in the history, but all we've been told is that Yuri is a very, quote, unique girl. We don't know why. We don't know how, because our boy doesn't have enough of a spine to ask her about that. But yeah, that's where we're at. So we apparently had some history with Monica. We at least knew her before coming back to this neighborhood that we've come back to. And Monica has my attention in this mod. Because on the first day here, Yeah, even though, you know, we were questioning Yuri, like, how are you here? Why are you here? How are you not dead? Monica didn't seem to bat an eye. And we found out a little bit as to why that is today. And yes, I am playing on PC. Whenever I am playing DDLC mods, I am always playing on PC. Anywho, I guess we got Natsuki's real poem, I guess. Surprise Star Wars reference? And I know nothing about Tekken, so I'm sorry, I can't really take a side on East or West. Put it this way, Sandwiches, the only way I would ever play Yandere Simulator is to see the DDLC reference that's apparently in the game. That is literally the only reason I would ever play Yandere Simulator. That game is a hot fucking mess, and it's made by a person that I don't really care to discuss. So, yeah. The pose mod is the best part. Android is interesting unless you get an official Android release, and with iOS, good luck. Yeah, we haven't really had any iOS ports of DDLC mods. Yeah, I've never played Tekken, and I've never been big on fighting games. Do tell me more, Brad. This weird Toho rhythm game? Tell me more. Fair enough. Can always wait for it to go on sale. Anyway, let's look at Natsuki's real poem here, I guess. Describe yourself. On Tatooine, there you stand, with charms as grand as grains of sand. Your wit, a masterpiece indeed. A master only in narcissistic greed. Is that what you think of us, Natsuki? You're simply perfect, no contest. Your ego a sight to impress, but as you bask in your own glory, your depth of character is a story. So keep on shining, oh bright star, in your universe near and far. But in our hearts a smirk resides, for all your charm the truth belies. Interesting, interesting. There isn't a website for Nintendo Switch games? What do you mean? Also, yeah, Natsuki, telling us what you really think about us, aren't you? She really does not like our existence. Wow, pretty harsh, don't you think? You think so? Seriously, I don't know if I could even say this out loud. The language, I mean, narcissistic breed, really? Yeah, well, I thought you'd synergize with it a little better. Considering it's about you. She crosses her arms and looks away. Like I said, telling us what you really think, huh? You were justified in your distaste for us on day one, but Natsuki, I think this is a bit much, even for you. Anyway, how about your poem? Tell me, is it about Monica? Or maybe someone else? Or were you just feeling nostalgic? What do you care? Why are you talking to me? Talk to the hand. I don't even want to speak to you. She glances over towards Sayori. What are you talking about? Nothing, nothing, never mind. She snickers. I roll my eyes and hand her my poem. What are you talking about? She unfolds the paper and starts reading. It was alright. She shrugs. I can tell you put a lot of work into it. I can respect that at least. Thanks, I guess. I'm very much familiar with Minecraft, but I have not played Minecraft in like 2 years or more at this point. Like, I only ever played it on PlayStation, so I'm very much out of practice, and there's probably a lot of new stuff that's been introduced. I kind of stopped playing because I hate Bedrock Edition. If I'm ever gonna play Minecraft, it's gonna be Java. Anyway, that's that, I guess. Now then, I believe that's all for today. Thanks again, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Already? But we barely spent any time together. Sorry, Yuri isn't really feeling too well. She needs some rest. Right. Yuri. Me when I come back to Minecraft after a year, they add mobs. Yeah, they've been adding a lot of new stuff, haven't they? Don't worry, we'll just spend some more time together tomorrow. Yeah. She pouts and shrugs. Well, it was fun, Natsuki. I enjoyed sharing with you. I was gonna say, your sarcasm is evident, boy. Yeah, sure. With that, we begin packing up. Yeah, I would say after that little reveal from Natsuki with that poem that she wrote just for us. Yeah, Natsuki can talk to the hand for all I care. Fuck off. You're also a Java player? Ah. Yeah, I don't really care much for PvP in Minecraft. Like, I just want to enjoy the world and just survive, you know? That's all I really care about. I don't really play co-op, I usually just play by myself. Because I'm too much of a kleptomaniac to play with other people. Not in at least in a survival setting. Anyone up for heading to the mall with me? I'm kind of bored. Can't, sorry, I've got plans. You too, Monica? I have a student count. Fine! She crosses her arms and turns her head. Guess I'll go home then. She storms off. What was that about? God damn it, do we gotta be suspicious of Natsuki too now? The meeting is only 30 minutes. I'm free after that. Natsuki is nowhere in sight. Yep, didn't even let Monica finish. Another time, then. Aw, come here, Monty. You didn't deserve that. See ya, Ben. Sari gives me a small wave and heads out. See you tomorrow, Ben. I turn to leave. Stepping into the hallway, I make my way downstairs towards the front entrance. I stagger forward, almost losing my balance. Who the hell was that? Blonde-haired girl stumbles back, her arms wrapped tightly around her books. Sorry, are you okay? Who are you? I've never seen you before. Are you a professor? A student? Because that doesn't look like uniform. She smiles and tilts her head, her expression apologetic. No, it was my fault. I should have been paying attention. Still, I'm the one who should be apologizing. She holds out her hand. I'm Nakamura Akemi. Hi, Nakamura. Why is it that I keep coming across that name? Are you still talking about Minecraft? Up there in chat? Yeah. I stare at her blankly. Come on, say something, boy. Also, nice fish hair clip. If it was red, I'd consider it a Swedish fish hair clip. Oh, and your name is? Oh, right. My name is Kuzuhara Ben. It's a pleasure to meet you. Ah. So that's our however you say in Japan. So that's our formal name, I guess. I reach out and take her hand. Yeah, anybody with a powerful enough PC that turns on skip unseen text can do that. Like, that's not an accomplishment. That's not really an accomplishment. Anybody can do that. Yeah, bruh. You know how you do that? You turn on skip unseen text and hold down the control button. That's how you do that. Literally anybody with 2 functioning brain cells can do that. No offense to the dude. But literally anybody can do that. The only way it would be at all interesting is if they tried to go for the good ending, because that actually takes a little bit of management to do. Yeah. I could literally do the same thing if I was just going for the standard ending right now. I reach out and take her hand. Her grip is firm and her skin is cold.
Pleasure's mine. You are new here?
Yeah.
I could tell. The school is pretty big, and you look a little lost. If you were looking for a club, you could give the garden club a try. We're not a very big group, but I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself.
Oh, so you must be a representative of that club. My mind goes blank.
Actually, it's just me.
Sorry, I'm already a member.
Look, I've gotta go. If you have the chance, please stop by. It's the old greenhouse behind the school.
Having a 24 system will help. Yeah, DDLC is not exactly a demanding game. Like shit, you can run this on Windows XP, I'm pretty sure.
I was supposed to water the plants today, but I've been swamped with work.
She gives me another smile, and then proceeds to waltz off. Stand there for a moment, staring at the empty space where she was just standing. Yeah, our boy's a little thick, isn't he? That's another one for the bingo card. The hell was that? You bumped into her, literally. Who was that girl? She seemed friendly, but there was something off about her. I think loading a fucking web page would use more of your CPU. I would not be surprised by that. Monica is amused. What exactly was off about her, my boy? Maybe I should visit her in the garden. Or maybe I better not. Perhaps later. Right now I need to find Sayori. Right? Oh. Yeah, this is the street where we saw that one person go down an alley. And then they disappeared, maybe? We don't know what happened after that. Yeah, this is where the guy who was left alone in that restaurant closed up shop, proceeded to go home. Then the blackout happened, they went down an alley, and yeah, there was some person or entity there. Yeah, we don't really know what happened after that. And now we've got this guy on the case. Moral of the game, stay away from girls. I don't know if that's the lesson to take away from this, but okay. Whatever works, I guess. No fingerprints, no witnesses, no leads. It's too early for this shit. The detective takes a sip of his coffee. He stares at the report, his face drawn and tired. Slow day, detective? Major Kogure? Wasn't informed you would be joining us. Just checking in, making sure everything's running smoothly. He puts a hand on the detective's shoulder and squeezes it reassuringly. Got it under control. Don't worry. We'll get the bastard. We always do. That's the spirit, detective. He smiles. But the board doesn't share your enthusiasm, I'm afraid. I'd like to introduce you to Detective Hiroaki Sato. He'll be a hero. You're assigning him to my case? Indeed. This isn't a kid's game, Takeo. The last thing I need is some Tokyo hotshot showing up and throwing my investigation. Not to mention, the chief will be... Chief Morishita is no longer in a position to influence your investigations. Besides, I've done my homework. I know how much of a hard worker you are. I'm sure you can make up for his shortcomings. So he admits that he's screwing over the detective here. A car pulls up and a tall, thin man steps out. His hair is a gray mess and his face is covered in stubble. He wears a pressed suit as a tie hangs loosely around his neck. You called for me, sir? Ah, Sato. Just the man I wanted to see. May I introduce Detective Ogata Tatsuo, your new partner. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Yeah, likewise. I apologize for arriving late, Inspector. Traffic was terrible on the way here. Quite understandable. I'll leave you two to get acquainted. This isn't going to go over well, is it? You don't look like a cop. Really? Perhaps I should get a haircut then. That's not what I mean, just... Oh, never mind. Right, Mr. Hiroaki. Let's get down to business. Please, just Hiro is fine. Sure, whatever. So, what do you think? Got any bright ideas? What kind of information have we gathered thus far? Yeah, you're gonna be useless, I can tell. Murder victim. Yukata Take. Yep, the worker at that restaurant. The victim's blood, strange color. Victim's body was found in an alley in a jumbled mess. His torso and skull are both completely shattered. A gruesome sight. Yeah, sounds like it. Jesus Christ. And what do you mean by the victim's blood was a strange color? What kind of color are we talking about here? Pieces of him appear to be missing. No sign of the victim's internal organs, nor his appendages. No fingerprints, and the last witness to see Take alive was his manager, who left approximately 30 minutes before the blackout. We're either dealing with one sick bastard or a group of psychos looking to make a statement. Either way, it's going to be a long night. It is going to be a long night. That apostrophe S or that is not needed. Suppose I'll start by interviewing the manager. It's as good a question as any. What? What? I'm gonna go use the restroom while I think about what the hell is going on here. Also, if you're wondering why we're using 3G in the year 2024, this mod is set in the year 2007, so that's why we're using 3G Doki Direct. So, I'm gonna be right back. I kind of expected the game to explain this screen a little bit before we saw it, because I saw this in the screenshots, but I have no fucking idea what's going on. Like, the game doesn't give us a clue as to how this works. We're just thrown in, and we have to figure this out. So, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Well, welcome to Stream Cerberus. If you're wondering where the screen is, we are here. We're on a map screen. We've been given zero context. We've been given zero context or clue as to what the hell this is and how we're supposed to use it. We saw, the prologue and the first two chapters, which were just the first 2 days of us moving back to this small town, and the detective was assigned to the case. We have no fucking clue what we're supposed to be doing, and now we're here. Very funny, Cerberus. But yeah, the hell are we supposed to do here? I guess we pick something and go, figure out what the hell we're supposed to do. So I guess, from here, after those first 2 chapters, the mod just kind of throws you out into the world and just expects you to figure shit out. Like, figure it out, dick. So yeah, now we are choosing our own destiny, I guess. Well, I can already tell you. Yeah. I could have told you. I didn't need the game to tell me that this wasn't going to go well. Natsuki was going to go shopping, and she absolutely despises our existence, and made that very clear with the poem that she wrote for us. So I want absolutely nothing to do with her in this mod. So yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with this one. But this... Oh, we can't even go here yet. Okay. So I guess that just leaves, Monica. And checking out, the greenhouse from that girl that we bumped into not that long ago. Who says that she's from the, gardening club, I guess? So, I'm gonna start a poll in chat for those of y'all that are still watching at this point. This music is pretty nice, I have to say. More of this, please. Which one do we choose? Alright, I'm gonna let you guys decide which one that we do. Because honestly, I'm leaning more towards this, because I want to find out what the heck our boy was thinking. Why does he think the girl from the garden club feels so off? What's odd about her? But I just as much wouldn't mind going to talk to Monica some more. I'd like to continue our conversation from the drive over. She'll probably turn me down, but there's no harm in asking, right? Yeah, dude, she gave you a second chance to ask her out, and you're just like, fuck it, nah. So, yeah. Y'all will have to let me know what you think. So yeah, if you have any vested interest in which path we pursue, get your votes in right now. I'm really leaning towards this because I want to investigate this. if I don't get any feedback in a couple minutes, that's the path I'm gonna choose. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know which path you guys think we should choose. Should we go talk to Monica some more? Or should we go here, which seems like the more natural option? And while that's going on, I'm gonna go find out how the Edmonton game ended. Yep, Edmonton Oilers. Oh wow. Yeah, Edmonton won by a score of 1-0 tonight. So Edmonton's winning 3-1 over LA in that series now. Yeah, I think LA's done. I think LA's gonna lose that series, dude. LA is absolutely gonna lose. They're just done, man. Hope Dallas can get another win tomorrow. Well, by my count, it's been 2 minutes. And it seems the one person with a vested interest in chat decided we should go check out the greenhouse too. So that's what we're going to do, I guess. That is what we are going to do. Sorry, Monica. We'll come back around for you another time. This is an interesting system, and it's easy enough to figure out on your own, but you could clue the player in a little bit, you know? Just saying. I head towards the back of the school. Most of the students have already gone home. The only people around are some janitors and a few teachers still grading their papers. I look up at the sky. It's cloudy and the sun is starting to set. We shouldn't be here, should we? The wind is blowing and the temperature's dropping. It's getting dark. I'll have to make this quick. Walking through the trees, I try and remember the exact location of the greenhouse. You mean they don't just have it like right behind the school? Like the school I went to did? What the hell? I swear it was close to the school, but this path is going on forever. Oh no, this is some spiral path SCP bullshit. Nah, man, turn back. This was a mistake. I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck standing up. My eyes dart from side to side. I've never seen this part of the forest before. There's no one around. I'm completely alone. So he says. Jump at the sudden noise and turn around. But there's nothing there. Who says it came from right behind you? Look how thick this forest is. It could come from anywhere, man. Animals stepping on twigs and shit. Bruh, could be anything. Turn back around and continue walking. Slowly, the hazy light of the greenhouse comes into view. It's far more run down than I imagined. The building is old and dilapidated. I don't know, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad to me. Weeds grow out of cracks in the walls and vines cover the windows. Yeah, the image I'm seeing really does not reflect that. I approach the door. The air smells damp and musty. There's a list of plants to water taped to the cage door. Ferns should be fine. Water, primrose, iris, yasin? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Hemlock and creeper. Note, violets don't need watering. Akemi. Yeah, that's who we ran into in the hallway earlier, right before this scene. And don't leave the light on when you leave. And that is spelled out very urgently with all these exclamation marks. So something bad would probably happen if you do leave the light on. I step inside. The greenhouse is empty. There's a table and a few chairs, but no signs of life. It's dark and musty. This was a trap, wasn't it? I walk around, checking the plants. They're all dead. Behind a row of planter boxes is a set of green sprouts that look recently seeded. This must be what Akemi was talking about. Uncoiling the hose, I begin watering the irises. Akemi is definitely a bit eccentric. Maybe it's just the solitude. Should get out of here soon. Finish watering the irises, move on to the hyacinth, and then the water hemlock. Turn off the water, killing the lights as I leave. As I close the door, something catches my eye. There's a flashlight lying on the ground. It's still on. Did Akemi forget it? You should probably take it with you, just in case. Pick it up and put it in my bag. Heading out into the forest, I make my way back towards the school. It's pitch black as the greenhouse disappears from view. Look at my phone. 8:30. I wonder what's for dinner. As I walk, a chill runs down my spine. The wind blows, the trees sway, the branches creak. My heart is pounding. Calm yourself, boy. Calm yourself. Not even sure why. The forest is dark. There could be anything lurking just beyond the tree line. I look back, making sure no one's following me. I just now noticed that Brad messaged me earlier. Oh damn, Rabbit's getting hit with a tornado warning. Yeah, hope things are going alright for you, my bro. God damn, that's scary. I look back, making sure no one's following me. I can see the lights of the school in the distance. Taking a deep breath, I relax a little. And there it is again. The lights flicker and then go out. The entire campus is plunged into darkness. I make my way across the school grounds, avoiding the shadow of the building. It's eerily quiet. My footsteps echo through the empty courtyard. Just get home. It's dark out. My house is a little ways down the street. Can't have shit in Detroit, I'm telling you. As I turn the corner, my phone begins to buzz. 8:45 p.m. Did you pick up the supplies for tomorrow's club meeting? No. I wasn't aware of any supplies we were supposed to get. What? Why not? We need those poster materials and the markers and the colored pencils and the glue and the paper clips and the pens and the erasers and the stickers and the banners and the... Alright, I get it. I'll pick them up. Begrudgingly, I take a left and loop back towards the local drugstore. Oh yeah, because they would have all of that. No, totally. Oh, is that what you've been working on, Cerberus? Sounds interesting. What's it about? If you don't mind me asking. The trees are quiet and deserted, the only sound being the rustling of the trees in the breeze. It's creepy, to say the least. I shouldn't be out this late. Yeah, you don't say, huh? If I was smart, I'd go home and lock the door. Maybe I'm just paranoid, but the whole town seems a little too quiet. I approach the storefront and hear the faint sounds of an alarm in the distance. Something's not right. It's a small family-owned pharmacy on the corner of the street. It's the deal with, like, the wireframe outline. Hello? What's the deal with this? There are several Humvees parked out front and a few barricades blocking the road. The storefront window is shattered and there are bodies in military attire strewn across the sidewalk. Is there a shootout here? What the hell happened here? Somehow I feel like if there was a shootout here, we would have heard that. Guns are loud, you know. Take a closer look. There's a soldier lying face down in the dirt, blood pooling from a gaping wound in his chest. It looked as if something ripped his heart out. Oh, God. Gruesome. The other bodies are horribly disfigured as well. One of the soldiers is missing his head, another lies with his neck twisted at an unnatural angle, and a third is missing his limbs. Yeah, this checks out with the murder victim we saw earlier with the detective. Oh God. Yeah, whatever this entity is, it is a morbid killer. Anyway, Cerberus, your fanfiction, is focused on an idol group leader named Chica from the anime Love Live Sunshine. The I in live is pronounced like it's in the word alive. I'm specifying because many people have made this pronunciation mistake. Yeah, well, just based on the title, it sounded like it should have been pronounced Love Live Sunshine. It's basically about Chica and her family finding out she has terminal stomach cancer. Ooh, that's a little grim. That does not sound good at all for Chica. So what did Cerberus send me? Something with that game he was playing. Very nice. 6 key is hard. I bet it is. Yeah, so this is that game that the Bradster was playing earlier. Very interesting game. The sight of it makes my stomach churn. You don't say! Yeah, Jesus Christ. Looks like some kind of massacre. I have to get out of here. Yeah, before you're next. I should... God damn it. There's someone, or something just beyond the barricade, on the path leading off into the park. I squint my eyes, trying to make out what it is. Yeah, not a whole lot to go on, is there? But the silhouette seems vaguely familiar. That silhouette seems vaguely familiar. Leave your guesses in the chat, or if you're watching this in the future, the comments below. It's hard to tell. Maybe it's nothing. I don't think it's nothing, boy. It's moving. Against my better judgment, I decide to investigate. As I slowly approach, the shape of the figure grows closer. It is what I thought it was. So this is what Monica said. So this is what Monica meant when she said you are a very unique girl. It's a girl. She has long, flowing purple hair that cascades down her back. It's Yuri. She's standing in the middle of the path. What are you doing here? Her face is pale and her eyes are unfocused. Was that you? Do you do that just now? She's staring straight ahead, but she doesn't seem to see anything. Yuri? No response. She's still as a statue, her body rigid and tense. What are you doing out here? Is everything all right? Still no response. She just stands there, unmoving. There's something off about her, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe I can help you out with that, boy. Maybe it's the fact that she looks unfocused, that she's got several beads of sweat on her face, meaning she's probably tired from exerting herself, from doing something, and she's not acknowledging our presence, as if she does not even see us. That's what's going on here. So, the hell you having trouble putting your finger on here? But yeah, sounds like kind of a bittersweet idea for your fanfic, Cerberus. For everyone to spend as much time with her as possible during what she has left before she passes. Sounds like a very bittersweet idea. So yeah, what's going on, Yuri? What's going on with you, huh? I shouldn't be doing this, but I carefully approach her and place a hand on her shoulder. Yuri? She lets out a high-pitched yelp and spins around, her eyes wild and panicked. She takes a step back, almost stumbling over herself in the process. Sorry. Didn't mean to scare you like that. What are you doing here? Me? I just needed to pick up a couple of things. Look, we've got to get out of here. We're leaving? Why? Something really bad just happened. There's dead soldiers everywhere. And, well, you should come with me. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I had a scab on my thumb that was bugging me. I know you're not supposed to pick at those, but once they start to come loose, well, it's hard to ignore. Bad habit, I know. As long as it doesn't start bleeding, I don't really care. Might have to go get a bandage to cover that up, though. Oh, keep an eye on it, I guess. I mean, I do actually have little bandages from this death in my desk here, courtesy of my sister. Been waiting for an opportunity to use one of these. I think she got it more as a joke gift than anything, since it's Sonic themed. But yeah, might actually come in useful for once. Smooth. So many things are really bad. Next time, tell it like it is. An atrocity. Ugh. Yuri pauses and looks back at the massacre before turning towards me with a blank expression. Okay. I blink. That was easy. We begin to walk home. She keeps her gaze fixed straight ahead, not speaking at all. Her arms are locked behind her back, her hands making a fist. I don't trust this. I don't trust this. Yeah. Imprudent, we got a bit of context in chapter 2. All Monica told us is that Yuri is a very, quote, unique girl. And we might have just found out why. Because, yeah, there was a shootout at a local pharmacy, and there's 3 soldiers dead and an abandoned Humvee, and they're all horribly disfigured. And we found Yuri not too far from the scene. I'm not sure this is Yuri. Or if it is, it's not the Yuri we know. I can see her trembling, ever so slightly. I don't trust it. We reach her house. It's a quaint little 2-story. Well, here we are. Yeah, also, Yuri's emotions have been all over the place. More so than usual. A unique DDLC mod? I don't know if you were here when I mentioned this earlier, Imprudent, but This is a mod inspired by stuff like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Stranger Things. And I'd say it's leaning more towards Stranger Things right now. Like, it is really leaning into Stranger Things territory right here. Like, I'm getting Stranger Things season 1 vibes from what's happening here. Oh, you're stuck on a song on your game? Well, I hope you get past it, Brad. I believe. She doesn't look at me. Hey, are you okay? You seem kind of off. all I said when Caleb dropped in for a second during chapter 2 is that there's so many little problems I've noticed with like the technical side that Caleb would probably have a field day assessing this mod. I'm fine. That doesn't scream I'm fine to me, Yuri. There's something about you that we don't know. I'm watching you. I'm not buying it. I reach out and gently place a hand on her shoulder. I don't know if that's a good idea. She nearly jumps out of her skin. Easy, it's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. Right, sorry. See you tomorrow. Thank you. With that, she opens the door and quickly enters the house. I hear the sound of a lock clicking into place as the door shuts. That was weird. Yeah, definitely was. Turning away from the house, I begin walking home. Chapter 3. Wednesday. Okay. Ah, we're back with our detective friend, huh? You're late. And I thought Tokyo was known for its punctuality. My apologies. Tatsuo gives me a look. Over here. I'll fill you in on the details. The damage was caused by an electrical fire. Faulty wiring, apparently. Fire spread fairly quickly. It's a miracle no one was injured. I see. I look outside and examine a set of tire tracks. Any theories as to how the fire started? None yet. What about these tire tracks? Were they present the morning prior? Yes! A team of paramedics responded to the call. It was a false alarm, though. A prank call, so they left shortly after arriving. What about the clerk? Was he present when the fire broke out? He was home, sleeping. According to him, the pharmacy was closed last night. Yeah, you know, the one where that shootout occurred. Are we not going to talk about that? And you're sure the clerk's story checks out? Actually, we can't get a hold of him. Apparently he didn't show up for work this morning. They don't fit the style at all. Yeah, this mod's style has been all over the place. Imprudent, this is the kind of thing I was talking about, where I said Caleb would have a field day with this stuff. This is the kind of thing I was talking about. So there's no one to verify his whereabouts last night. Right. Just then a sleek black car pulls up outside the pharmacy. The driver's side door opens and a suited man steps out, a grim expression on his face. Oh, it's you again. I don't trust you. Morning, gentlemen. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. What can we do for you, sir? Just doing my duties as a civil servant. Thirsty? He smiles, gesturing another fellow to carry a tray of coffee cups. No thanks. With all due respect, this is the scene of a crime. The pharmacy was damaged in a fire, which may have been deliberately set. On top of that, the clerk, our only lead on this case, is nowhere to be found. I'm aware. Are you now? I'm aware this was an unfortunate accident. A fluke. There is no crime. I don't trust you. Now then, detective, please finish with the paperwork and return to headquarters immediately. I hired you to solve the blackout issue, not meddle in misdemeanors. He'll investigate whatever he damn well pleases, thank you very much. Do we understand each other, Mr. Hiroaki? Yes, sir. He nods. Good. I'm glad we've come to an understanding. With that, the major turns and walks back to his car. His only purpose is to throw off the detective. Tatsuo, isn't it? See, what did I tell you? Just a case of arson. Nothing to worry yourself over. One moment. Where's the restroom? It's, back there. The path behind the drugstore leads through a small garden where the smell of flowers mixes with the scent of charred wood and ash. The grass is scorched and there are two sets of footprints in the dirt. One is smaller than the other, a woman's footprints by the looks of it, or perhaps a child? The other footprint is much larger, like that of a man's. It seems as though someone else was here last night. But who? And why? And are these prints the ones of the clerk or someone else entirely? Took a few steps down the path. The footsteps grow fainter. I can't help but smile. Seems the major doesn't want us investigating this particular case. Gee, I wonder why. That makes it all the more interesting. Maybe I misjudged you. Hey! The voice of Detective Ogata jolts me out of my thoughts. What's the hold up? Why'd you run off like that? Sorry. I just needed some fresh air, that's all. Tatsuo, could you please give me a ride to the nearest train station? Right now? Yes, if you would be so kind. Okay, and that's all that's happening with that, I guess? So, what did you send me, Imprudent? It's been a while since I've gotten something from you. Oh, this must be what you were working on. This damn song in this Toho rhythm game. Alright, let's check out what Imprudent just sent me. It's a video, so I'm actually going to mute my game audio real quick. There we go, and I'm going to hook up the Discord audio to Imprudent here. Alright, let's see if this comes through. If there is any sound, that is. Yep, it's coming through. Looks interesting. I'm not sure what the purpose of it is, but it looks interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure where you're going with it, Imprudent, but you have my interest. You have my interest. That is for sure. Anything you want to add in about what that is before we move on? It's the main way you make choices? Fascinating. Fascinating. I see, I see. Good to know. No, actually, I don't want to hook up the game audio to Discord audio. I would like to get back to the game, please. Need the late game window. There we go. In Indian language, Sayori is called pig. Very interesting. Bit of trivia. Anyway, let's turn the music back up. One thing I will say, as much as I've been pointing stuff out tonight, the volume of the music has been pretty consistent, relatively, thus far, so no complaints in that department. Hopefully the music hasn't been too loud, because I had it set higher than I normally do on the DDLC streams. I just adjusted it a bit. Let me know if it's worse or if you think it's better. Anyway, let's get back into it. The bell rings, signaling the end of another school day. Gathering my books, I head out the door. I haven't spoken to anyone about last night's events, not even Sayori. I figure it would just worry her, or worse, get her in trouble. Decide to put the whole ordeal behind me. It's not worth thinking about anyway. That's what you say, that's what you think. Entering the literature club, I see everyone sitting at their respective desks, writing, chatting, or otherwise relaxing. Ben, glad you could make it. Come on in, take a seat. She smiles and motions towards a chair. Hey guys. Gals. I smile, trying to hide my apprehension. You're late? Yeah, well, sorry. Sorry isn't gonna cut it. She glares at me. You're never going to accept my existence, are you? That's enough, Natsuki. Now, let's get started. As I'm sure you all know, this coming Monday will be our annual school festival. Yup, it's gonna be a blast. It's not really my thing, but whatever. I'm still working on my poem, I'm afraid. I'll let you know more details once we've finalized everything, but for now, this is just a heads up. Everyone, feel free to continue enjoying the rest of the club time. Great, another week of awkward tension and forced small talk. Excuse me. Could I read something to everyone? Whoa. What's with the face? Huh? Like what? It's a short story about a group of friends who are trapped on a spaceship. What? And one of them turns out to be a shape-shifting alien who's been slowly poisoning the others. But they don't find out until it's too late. And wait, you wrote a horror story? Yes, that's right. Oh, that sounds so cool! I want to hear it too! Well, sure, but weren't we supposed to write poems? Besides, you always end up rambling and going way off topic, so maybe it's best if we stick to the plan. What? I guess you're right. No, that's fine, Yuri. Go ahead. But don't worry, we can still share poems afterwards. Okay. Here goes. After a short while, Yuri finishes reading her story. Well, it would have been nice to hear that, but whatever, I guess. Would have been nice to get some insight into Yuri's mindset with that reading, with that short story, but whatever, I guess. It's pretty funny how that works, isn't it? She's definitely holding out on us with what she knows about Yuri in this mod. That much is certain. Everyone applauds. Thank you. It's not very good, I know, but no way, that was great! I love horror, but usually the main character is so whiny and annoying it makes me want to barf. Not this guy though, he was a real stand-up guy, you know? Unlike Spineless over here. Excuse me. If you can't handle the dark, go back to watching Sailor Moon or whatever.
What?
Anyway, thanks for sharing, Yuri. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of your story. Thank you, Natsuki. That means a lot.
Like I said, Natsuki is never going to accept our existence in this mod, is she?
Though I'm not sure just how the story will end. Ben? I'm sorry, but I don't think you're the target audience for my work. But if you ever want to try reading a horror novel, I'd be happy to recommend some.
Why does Natsuki hate our boy so much? Maybe because for once she's actually justified. In chapter 1, when we first entered the club room and saw that Yuri was here, we went over and started started getting really close and putting our hand on her shoulder or whatever and being like, how are you alive and shit? Just making Yuri really uncomfortable. So for once, I think Natsuki is actually justified in calling our boy a perv for, indulging his curiosity in how Yuri is here when he saw her, or someone that looked like her at least, on the side of the road after getting hit by a semi. Because she flew out the windshield. I think Natsuki's actually justified, but she's just taking it way too far. Hopefully that puts it into better perspective. I refer you to the poem that Natsuki wrote for us that basically called our character a narcissistic ass. She does not accept our existence. Our existence will never be appreciated by Natsuki. That is the vibe that I get from her in this mod. I would say she's justified, but she's taking it too far. Like, way too far. Yeah, Natsuki just does not like our existence. That's the best way I can put it. That's the vibe that I get from her in this mod. So yeah, I just do not care for her in this mod.
They're, very engaging, even for people who are scared of the genre. So are we gonna read poems, or... You're right, let's move on to the actual poetry.
Yeah, exactly, Cerberus.
Anyone want to start?
Oop. We can't even share our poem with Yuri. Interesting. Interesting. We don't even get to talk to Yuri this time around. Mani? What's up with that? I demand more info from you.
Hello there, stranger.
Yeah, hey, Monica. We pause for a moment before she bursts into laughter.
I'm sorry, but I just couldn't keep a straight face.
No harm done, really? So, what do you got for me? What's with the wink? I read over the poem several times, trying to understand it. It was unorthodox, to say the least. We don't even get to see it? You didn't come up with more than the first poem that we got to see from everybody? Hello?
Well, what do you think?
I shake my head, unsure of what to make of the poem. Oh yeah, I think every gamer goes through that stage when they're doing something that's like on the precipice of their skills. So I feel your pain, Brad.
Honestly, I think I liked yours the best.
Really? I thought it was kind of silly. Oh well, thank you. If you're curious, it's a Shakespearean sonnet.
Yeah, I would have loved to read it.
The Middle English was pretty difficult to write, actually, so I hope I did okay.
I have to admit, it was definitely a change of pace. Not quite what I'm used to, but I think it's good to occasionally mix things up. God damn it.
Ah, thanks. And you're right, variety is the spice of life.
So, are you a fan of Shakespeare?
What? Me? Well, who isn't? His plays are classics, after all.
Imposter! Imposter! What have you done with the real Monica? What have you done with the real Monica? No Monica I know is into Shakespeare. You're not Monica.
Especially his tragedies.
Yeah, I'll pop into VC later if you're still playing.
You know, the whole boy meets girl, boy falls in love, boy loses girl tragically thing.
Yeah, I think we call that Romeo and Juliet. There are videos of Nathan Explosion from Death Clock reading Shakespeare. Like I said though, Lunar, welcome to chat by the way. No Monica I know is into Shakespeare, let alone a fan of Shakespeare. Yeah, that was a fucking wild ride, Motorcycle Club, wasn't it, Imprudent? Thanks again for letting me use that for one of the thumbnails in that series. That was great. Interesting taste.
I'm just saying, there's a certain appeal to a love story that ends in tragedy. Wouldn't you agree?
They are the best. She inches closer to me, a coy smile on her lips. Imposter! Wait a second. She pulls back suddenly, hands up in the air. What are you doing? I can't trust Monica in this mod anymore. That is fun to see, Cerberus. It was more fun advocating for the mod than experiencing it. Yeah. It did not live up to the hype, that's for sure. Motorcycle Club was definitely a mod of all time, though.
Just a joke. Don't worry, Ben.
Okay. So if you had to choose, which play would you say is your favorite anyway?
Oh, come on, Ben. That's personal. But since you asked so nicely, I'll tell you. It's a tough call, but I'd have to say Othello.
That's funny, that's also the name of a game I happen to like. Othello, huh? Can't say I've read that one. If you don't know the game I'm talking about, you probably know it by a different name. You might know it by, say, the name Turncoat. Yeah, yeah, this game. I played this one a bit when I was younger, but I didn't play it that much. It's an interesting game. Yeah. I didn't know there was a poem. I didn't know there was a play written by Shakespeare that goes by the same name. I wonder if that's where they got the name of the game from. kind of falls in line with an otherwise positive person completely losing their cool. Yep, I like seeing that angle.
Oh, beware, my lord of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on.
You talking about yourself, or are you just quoting Shakespeare?
That's... Ago, the main antagonist, a rather cunning fellow. Honestly, he's always served as a kind of inspiration to me.
Fascinating. Fascinating. Let me look this guy up. Yep, there we go. Hey, good job, Brad. There's a spark notes thing I can check here quick. Possibly the most heinous villain in Shakespeare, Ago is fascinating for his most terrible characteristic, his utter lack of convincing motivation for his actions. In the first scene, he claims to be angry at Othello for having passed him over to the position of lieutenant. At the end of Act 1, Scene 3, Ago says he thinks Othello may have slept with his wife, Emilia. Really? Jeez. Yeah, this is from the SparkNotes character analysis. Ago mentions this suspicion again at the end of Act 2, Scene 1, explaining that he lusts after Desdemona because he wants to get even with Othello, wife for wife, so eye for an eye. None of these claims seem to adequately explain Ago's deep hatred of Othello, and Ago's lack of motivation, or his inability or unwillingness to express his true motivation, makes his actions all the more terrifying. He's willing to take revenge on anyone: Othello, Desdemona, Cassio, Rodrigo, even Emilia. At the slightest provocation, it enjoys the pain and damage he causes. And this is who you're inspired by, Monica? Care to elaborate on that? Care to elaborate on that, Monica? Like, the fuck? Like I said, I can't trust Monica in this mod anymore. I eye her warily. Inspiration, huh?
Aha, gotcha. You said you never read it before, and yet you seem to know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I did some research. I just... nothing deeper than SparkNotes, but still. Never read it, but of course I know who Ago is. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right.
While I don't condone his actions, of course, his motivations and the way he goes about things are... well, it's fascinating to say the least.
Well, I just read a SparkNotes analysis saying his defining trait is his lack of motivation. So, care to elaborate on that? I haven't read the story myself, so I'm not really in a position to argue about this. But maybe someone who has read Shakespeare, who has read this, can provide some insight in the comments in the future. I'd love to know more context to this Othello story, especially as to how it pertains to Monica here.
Oh, don't look at me like that. He's not all bad, you know. It's just like they say, you have to give the devil his due.
Wow. Just wow.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say I'm full of surprises.
Oh, I know you are, girlie. Believe me. And you're not exactly giving me very many reasons to trust you in this mod. She winks. Do I even want to find out? There are more pressing matters than literary debate.
Oh yeah, what about your poem?
She tilts her head.
I'd love to hear it if you don't mind.
I hand her the paper, trying not to show how nervous I am. Her. A figure cloaked in mystery and grace, a tapestry of words, a subtle art. Her eyes, amethyst pools where secrets lie in wait, a veil that keeps me at an arm's reach. In lines, I'll paint the depth of her heartache, with ink reveal a lone figure. Gee, you're about as subtle as a brick with who you're referring to, my boy.
Wow, this is really, really good, Ben. Where did this come from?
Oh, she's got something in her eye? Yeah, that's all it is, I'm sure. I'm sure that's all it is.
I'm impressed. This is the best one yet.
Well, there's not much of a basis of comparison. He's been here, what, 2-3 days? Really? Thinking back to last night, I wonder how much of it was real, how much was a figment of my imagination. Either way, the memory is enough to make me shudder. Guess you could say I was inspired by something I saw last night.
Something you saw? Do tell.
She leans in closer, eyes wide with curiosity. So last night after going home, I went out to get some stuff for Sayori. Should I really be telling her all this? The way there, I saw a girl standing in the middle of the road. Actually, that's not quite right. There was a massacre in front of my local pharmacy.
Pardon?
Looked it up on the news, and apparently there was an electrical fire. Though that doesn't really explain what I saw. Maybe it was gas? No, that can't be right. No. Gas doesn't tear people to shreds. There were corpses everywhere, just strewn across the ground. Some were torn limb from limb, some had their heads removed. There's blood everywhere. It's like something straight out of a horror movie.
Anything else?
I'm sorry? Her expression turns stern. Her expression turns stern as tear into me rather fiercely as she tears? I'm not sure what the author was trying to say there. I feel a chill run down my spine.
Did you see anything else last night?
I hesitate. Never seen her look like this.
Then answer me.
She takes my hand, squeezing it. She did seem very protective of Yuri in Chapter 2. And I guess this confirms that. Her voice is firm but gentle. Her eyes meet mine. You know something I don't. Oh. We have a choice here. We have a choice here, ladies and gentlemen. I think we tell her. I think we tell her what we saw. Because even though I don't trust her right now, we could get some useful information, potentially, if we clue her in on what we saw. We could get some answers here. And that's really what I'm after here. So let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Let me know. So I think we should tell her. I see no reason we have to keep it a secret. To keep this a secret. The only reason we'd have to keep this a secret is to protect the fact that we saw Yuri, and Monica seems to care a lot about Yuri in this mod, acting as sort of a protector here as the club leader. There's probably more to this relationship between Yuri and Monica that we don't know about. So I think we should do it. What are our thoughts, chat? Where are we at? What are we thinking here? Because I think we should tell Monica what's going on. I think we should tell her what we saw. I think, on an unrelated note, I think once we're done with chapter 3 here, I'm going to call it a night for part 1. I don't know how many chapters there are to this mod, but this has been going by faster than I thought it would. If we're already on chapter 3 here. Like, damn. This has been going by fast. Are you talking about DDLC Plus, Hoorang? Let me know what you guys think. Oh yeah, I actually heard about that the other day. You know how they're making like a Sonic 3, a third Sonic movie right now? Well, apparently alongside it, they also made a exclusive Paramount show centered around Knuckles. So yeah. And apparently people are saying it's pretty good. And I mean, that's just to be expected. If you're making a movie based on Sonic 3, you gotta have the and Knuckles too. Anywho, it seems y'all think we should tell her, so that's what we gonna do. Again, the lone one of you that seems to have a vested interest in what's happening here. So yeah, spill the beans, boy. I nod slowly. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I can trust her. I wouldn't say I trust her, but it's more I feel like I can trust her with this information. I don't trust Monica, but I think we can trust her with the information we're going to tell her. Taking a deep breath, I continue. Yeah, looked like Yuri was there. But after speaking with her, I'm not so sure anymore. What did she look like? What kind of question is that? She looks just like how she always does. Where are you going with this? I pause, remembering my promise to Monica. Look, I haven't told anyone about this. Figured it was best to keep this between us. You did the right thing, Ben. Listen, I don't want you talking about what you saw last night with anyone. Not with Sayori, not with Natsuki, and definitely don't and definitely not with Yuri. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Good. Glad we're on the same page. Damn it, I was hoping to get some more information about what's going on, what the deal is with Yuri in this mod. Her tone softens as she sighs in relief. And don't worry, everything will be fine. Her grip tightens around my hand.
I don't buy that.
Feels comforting somehow. Thanks. That's good to hear. Like I said, guys, I don't trust Monica in this mod. We head back to the others. What took you so long? Were you guys making out or something?
Oh, trust me, if we were, we would have made that very clear.
What? No. Aw, Monica, you're blushing. Ha, looks like someone has a crush. Hey, give Monica a little space. We're all friends here. Friends that make out with the transfer student. We were not. Never mind.
I see we can agree on that at least. That Natsuki is just a giant dick in this mod.
I'm gonna go bug Natsuki next, just for the hell of it. Whatever, let's just get this over with.
Okay.
Ugh, you sound depressed. Look, I'm not trying to be a jerk, alright? You should take better care of yourself, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah, like I should listen to anything coming out of your mouth.
Sorry. I hand her my poem.
Well, what do you think?
Are you some sort of closet romantic? You have a crush on someone?
She's totally teasing me. I don't know if I would say that. I think she's just being genuine here.
Honestly, I should have expected this from you. You're a total nerd after all.
Hey, come on now. Like, you're not?
Well, at least that's not totally awful. For a dork, I mean.
I'll give you a B-. Hey, that's better than I usually get. Oh, come on. A B+ at least.
Nope, B-.
God damn it. I'll accept it.
Whatever. My turn. Sit back and prepare to have your mind blown.
Why do I feel a sense of impending doom? He just really went with the why do I hear boss music?
Oh.
Guys, I think Natsuki doesn't like us. Jesus Christ, Natsuki. Just like yesterday, you couldn't make it any more on the nose, could you?
So, what do you think?
How about if I just rip this up and walk away right now? There is nothing of value to be gained from you, Natsuki. I am sorry. That is just the brutal truth in this mod. I stare at her blankly.
Why is my name written at the bottom? Wow, he really is that dense.
Obviously, it's to remind you that you're a dick.
Yeah, speak for yourself, Natsuki. I appreciate the honesty.
That was sarcasm.
Yeah. Touché. Oh.
Anyway, the rest of the poem was about how annoying you are. See?
She goes on to explain the ins and outs of how my existence bothers her, which I take with stride, or at least attempt at grace. Eventually we move on to other things. Yeah, Sayori, or Natsuki, has nothing of value to say to us. I am sorry, Natsuki. Your existence to me is just dead in this mod. I have nothing of value to say to you if that's what you think of us. You know, if that's what you think, and you're just gonna continue to push that in our face, then we may as well not even talk to you. Like I said earlier, Natsuki, talk to the hand. Anywho. Let's go see what Sayori wants. Sayori, this should be good. I hand her the poem.
Aw, you wrote a poem for me? I love it.
I don't have the heart to tell her that it's about Yuri.
Thanks, Ben. It's a little sad, though. Is something bothering you? I'm here if you want to talk about it, okay?
It's nothing really.
Okay. Well, if you say so. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's mine.
Eh? Not, Sayori, what's the deal with this? Trying to make us remember something? Yeah, a single dash in Morse code is T? So TTT? That might not even be Morse code. Could also just be a visual representation of blank. Yeah, DEA TAS. Yeah, DELTAS. Why is the day and yesterday capitalized? There's something going on here. Yep, I've highlighted all of the capital letters. D. Yeah, DELTAS. Deltas. Yesterday, I saw my own reflection. She smiled back. I need to know that if I continue to pretend, does that make it real? What if I could make him remember food? In the morning light, the kitchen hums. A culinary symphony of pots and pans. Breakfast dance begins. A tasty circus begins. The aroma of fresh coffee fills the air. Warm sunlight dances without a care, yet a chair untouched. Breakfast for one, a silent space, a world of thoughts unrefined. For some reason, I feel like this might be important. So, where's my handy-dandy note document? I'm a go make a new entry in here. Does Sayori know something we don't? What the hell, Sayori? What's up with this? Also, the random food here. Hey, what's so funny? Nothing. It just reminded me of the old days. This poem is so like you, Sayori. Hey, stop it. You're embarrassing me. Seriously though, I did enjoy reading it. Thanks, Ben. She gives me a big hug. And that's that. Nothing else from Sayori. And with that, I believe our club meeting has officially come to a close. Remember, the festival is next week, so be sure to work hard. Yeah, see you guys later. Sayori skips out of the classroom. What a long day. I think about confronting Yuri, but eventually decide against it. I walk home alone, deep in thought. Yuri. Can't believe what I saw last night. But even more, I can't believe what I said. It's hard not to blame her for everything. What if she really was some kind of... No, what am I saying? Of course not. Still, something doesn't add up. The more I think about it, the less sense it makes. Yeah, I wonder why. Oop. And now we have some more choices. Why the hell would we have any reason to go to a pawn shop? What, is this just gonna be a Pawn Stars reference? Order takeout? Wait, isn't that the restaurant? Isn't that the restaurant where that person went missing? And then, what shrine? There has been absolutely zero mention of this shrine, so I'm more interested in this. Because if this is that restaurant where that person went missing, I'm more interested in this. I think that's what we should do. I think that's where we should go here. Because, yeah, like I said, I am willing to bet this is just a dumbass Pawn Stars reference. I have no idea who the opponent you are pitting Monica against is, so hard for me to say. Ugh, excuse me. Fuck it, I'm gonna order takeout. I walk down the street to the local takeout joint. They make some pretty good stuff, and I'm a little hungry. I decide to take a shortcut through the park. What could possibly go wrong? It's a nice evening. I see the sun setting over the mountains. What a ringtone. Phone call.
Target, thou seeker, for so shadows and twin. The advent of the king of light is nigh, as foretold in ancient shrine.
What?
Beware, falseness, as darkness seeketh thy weakness, veiled whisper that show, and unwind the very thread of our unity.
What the hell was that? Guys, something weird is going on here. I think we made the right call. Coming here. Prank call, maybe? No, I would look at the caller ID. Find out who the hell that is speaking to us. Going somewhere? Who are you? I spin around. A tall man stands behind me, his hands in his pockets. That's you, isn't it? The guy I don't trust. He's dressed in a set of brown dress pants and an orange jacket. Oh. An inmate? Sup? Who are you? Sorry to startle you, but you seem to be lost in thought. Who? Name's Kaito. Last name's not important. I'm a friend of a friend, you could say. Don't look too much into it. What I mean is, I'm not some kind of creep or stalker. So you say. Honest. Somehow that doesn't really ease my fears. I appreciate you being blunt at least. What do you want? Right, down to business. I like that. Here's the thing. A guy I know needs my help. And I need an assistant. Can call him, well, let's just say he's the reason the power's back on. Heh. The blackouts, huh? That's right. But aren't the police... The police are incompetent. He frowns, staring bleakly at me before looking to the left and right. No doubt making sure we're really alone. Now listen up. I know you're new here. Don't get the wrong idea about this city. What? How? Friend of a friend. He grins sheepishly. More importantly, you're not the only new face in town. There's something else going on here. Something big. Something hiding in plain sight. And it's just begging for us to uncover it. I don't like where this is going. So you in or are you out? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play coy. The accident, the blackouts, the weird disappearances. Something's happening in this town and I want to know what it is. I hesitate. On one hand, if he's right, then this could be a huge opportunity. But on the other hand, his demeanor doesn't exactly come across as trustworthy. Why are you telling me all this? Let's just say I've got a personal stake in this. A score to settle, so to speak. Hey, Yosha, what's up? Welcome to chat. That's not very reassuring. I never claimed to be reassuring. Look, are you in or are you out? I'm not gonna force you, but I think you'd be interested in what I've got to say. Especially if it's about... Yuri? Friend of a friend, huh? That must be who your friend of a friend is. He knows about Yuri too. Alright, fine. What do you want? That's the spirit. Here, take my card. Huh. You can trust me. Founder and CEO. Trustworthy Business Incorporated. Oh, come on. Bruh. Oh. How do you expect me to take you seriously, Kaito? Come on. Minato Tower. You know the place. Meet me there in 15. Oh, and you might want to hurry. Heard the city gets pretty nasty after dark. With that, he turns and walks away. I stand there, utterly dumbfounded. But against my better judgment, I make my way to the tower. Maybe Kaito knows something about Yuri. Fingers crossed. Either way, I have a feeling I'm going to regret this. Nothing is ever that simple. I make my way through the streets of Okayama City. The sun is starting to set and the streets are getting crowded. Everyone seems to be headed in the same direction, and I have a feeling I know where. As I approach the tower, I can't help but admire its size. It is pretty fantastic, I have to say. Reminds me of, like, the Space Needle. It's massive, easily over 100 stories tall. It looks even taller from the ground. The building is made from a combination of glass and steel. It's an impressive structure, no doubt about that. I take a deep breath and step through the revolving door. Took you long enough. Listen, Kaito. I need answers. What exactly is going on in this town? And what do you know about Yuri? All will be revealed in due time, my friend. Look, I don't have time for your games. Who's playing games, pal? Just follow me. Oh, great. Kaito leads me upstairs to a large balcony overlooking the city. You really think there aren't cameras up here? The view is breathtaking. Feels like you could see all of Okayama from up here. Pretty nice view, huh? Yeah? Oh, excuse me. I take a deep breath, letting the fresh air fill my lungs. It's almost time. You ready? Huh? Take a good look around. A good luck. I think that's an autocorrect moment. I want you to get a mental picture of this place. How it all looks. Remember the colors, shapes, the lines. All of it. Every detail. What are you... Before I can finish my sentence, several men in suits exit the elevator behind us, opening a door across the hall. One of them shoots Kaito a dirty look as he passes. What's their problem? I knew this was a bad idea. We shouldn't have come here. It doesn't matter. You've got the place memorized, right? Good, because it's time. He walks over to the edge of the balcony and takes out a pair of binoculars. You brought me up here just to admire the view? Close. I brought you here because I want you to break into this place. He motions towards the door those men entered mere moments prior. You game? This is absurd. You crazy? Shh. You want the whole world to hear you? Keep your voice down. Obviously you won't do it now. Come back tomorrow night. What are you on about? Before you say no, you should understand, I'm not asking. He gives me a hard look. What happened to I scratch your back, you scratch mine? I like you. You're way more fun than the last guy. Oh, and you'll get your side of the bargain. Don't worry about that. I always keep my promises. But you gotta prove yourself first. Show me what you're made of and I'll consider it. Consider? No, fuck off. What stake do we have in this? He fumbles with his pocket, pulling out a Polaroid photo before looking at it and handing it to me. It's a photo of me and Yuri from the night of the accident. Yeah, just in case you forgot. This is what we saw on the very first night. Just in case you forgot. Yuri's car got hit by a semi, she went flying through the windshield, and yeah, she looked fucking dead. How do you have this? We're getting ahead of ourselves. You do this one thing for me, and all of your questions will be answered. This is insane. I don't like the sound of this, but what choice do I have? Fine, I'll do it. You're an idiot, in-game me. You're an idiot. That's the spirit. Meet me back here at midnight tomorrow. Don't be late. Like I said, what the hell stake do we have in this? What was that about? Uh, did I miss something in that? Hold up. Need to back up. That glitched for a second. I'm not crazy. Okay, it didn't. There weren't any like hidden words in there. It's just glitching. Okay. I had to be sure. I had to be sure. I wasn't paying attention. Ugh. But yeah, I think we best leave that for next time. Oh boy, yeah, this opening episode has left me with many questions about what's going on here. I have so many questions about what's going on in this mod. It has me intrigued, I will give it that. But yeah, oh boy. Anywho, very interesting mod that we got to look at here today. But man, this is one of the most love and hate affairs I've had with a mod as of late. Because there's so much I like about what it's trying to do, but some of the technical aspects just they kind of fall short. Like that's the best one sentence in a nutshell summary I can give of my impressions on this mod thus far. So yeah, I guess we will see what happens next time. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. So until then, take care.